soldier of fortune. Gotta walk through a fire for what's important. The warrior's blood through your veins is coursing. Kill for hire, soldier of fortune. The whole world's watching every move. Take your shot, don't act a fool. All you got and all you ever need is one bullet in the chamber. We need to take your game, but ain't nobody gonna save you. So what you gonna do? Ain't nobody gonna save you. So what you gonna do? Do or die, you're a mercenary. One of a kind that you're burdened to carry. Go and make them proud, do what's necessary. Oh no, do or die, you're a mercenary. Now the whole world's watching every Take your shot, don't act the fool. All you gotta is one bullet in the chamber. Breathe easy, take your game, boy. Ain't nobody gonna save you. So what you gonna do? One bullet in the chamber. Breathe easy, take your game, boy. Ain't nobody gonna save you. So what you gonna do? Now the whole world's watching every move. Still your heart so much to prove.
If it's Sunday, it's time for the Mystic Racing League All-Star Race. I am Johnny Rapp, and I am joined in the Slingshot TV booth tonight by Chase Berry and Justin Wilson. Tonight, the drivers of all three of the Mystic Racing League NASCAR series will tackle the iconic North Wilkesboro Speedway to prove who has what it takes to be an all-star. North Wilkesboro is one of NASCAR's most iconic and historic short tracks, located in the rolling hills of North Carolina. Opened originally in 1947, but it was one of the very first tracks on the NASCAR circuit, and quickly became known for its rough, worn-out surface, tight corners, and old-school, no-nonsense racing. So Justin, I know we've watched quite a few races here, but what can we expect to see from these drivers here tonight in these Gen 7 cars?
Yeah, Johnny, I expect to see a lot of action in tonight's Open, with a possibility, well, of some probably some crazy action that we're going to see. These drivers are going to be fighting for their shot to just make the All-Star race later on tonight. So there's no telling what these guys are going to do, what they're going to put their cars through, how they're going to use their cars to get that one spot that's available for tonight's race. But got our buddy up here, Chase Berry, in the booth, man. What do you expect to see in tonight's race?
I expect to. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. Imagine that, right? But I expect to see some tire wear, short track, rough old surface. I think this is from the '89 season, so it's gonna be tough on the tires. So wonder if whoever can save the tires the most. Tires.
Yeah, I mean, granted, this race is 50 laps long, but it's a possibility that we're going to see a little bit longer race than 50 laps too. There's unlimited green white checkers, so and one spot. I mean, that's the biggest thing for tonight's Open. There's only one spot open to make it to tonight's final All-Star race. So, I'm excited to see what these drivers are going to do. I mean, there's really no telling what's going to happen tonight.
Yeah, we can take a look at our stories to follow here tonight. We have, it's going to be about the line. Are you going to run the diamond line, or are you going to just hug the bottom right on the apron? It's going to be interesting to see. I think the high line is a little viable here, but yeah, we'll have to see how these guys do in the Open.
Well, Johnny, my favorite thing is you said paint the yellow line. I'm just going to point the obvious. There's no yellow line tonight. It's, are you going to run the grass? That's what what we're here to see.
Absolutely, yeah. And then, so shifting, I know, Chase, you had talked about this a little bit pre-race, but, what do you think? Do you think we're going to see these guys, shifting gears tonight?
Yeah, I think we're going to have to see it, because I know with fifth gear being so long, I'm not sure if it's the stock setup or anything, but with them staying in fifth gear, they're going to have to shift to fourth to be able to get the run off. And who knows, maybe on the old, if it is like a long run, I know it's 50 laps, but maybe 30 laps into the run, are they shifting down to third gear to get a more of a bigger run, or is that too high of a gear? Well, we won't know.
Yeah, we won't know until we see it, but yep. Yeah, we talked about the tire management too. I mean, if you are shifting gears, that's going to put a lot more on your rear tires, and we could see some fall off, and maybe some strategies and stuff play out. And then that short track mentality, I mean, all three of us know it all too well. You could see some tempers flaring, and some contact, and hey, people getting moved out of the way. It should be exciting to see exactly how it goes down tonight, but
Yeah, one important note. I mean, I think if I'm not mistaken, you got a little follow up for tonight's race, but these races gonna be a little bit long tonight. I mean, 50 laps may seem like a long race too, but at the same time, man, I'm tongue twisted right now. Sorry. The race is a short race. Excuse me, not a long race. 50 laps here is not a very long race. So it's going to be a matter of staying up front, being aggressive throughout this run. But when you say that rear tire management, it's important to try to just kind of balance. You know what I mean? You want to be up front, but you also don't want to burn the tires up for that kind of run at the end. But these drivers do get an extra set of tires. So that may play in a role here in these 50 laps. I keep my green flag lap 50 laps.
Absolutely. Yeah. And while we're getting qualifying for the open out of the way, we might as well go into our format. And yeah, you can see here, this is obviously for all the non-winners of the current NASCAR seasons for Mystic Racing League. And yeah, this is their one chance to win their way into the main event tonight for a chance to, win some money and claim yourself as an all-star.
I think that's
Yeah,
what everybody wants tonight.
Yeah, one thing you guys pointed on earlier was green flags, green flag laps only. So, they have a couple cautions early. Are they going to be able to, make it on fuel, or they got enough fuel? I don't know, like I said, with the setup and everything. But when do you come take those tires?
Well, I'm curious to see because these drivers know that there's a competition caution coming at lap 30. But the problem is this is such a short track. So will drivers try to pit maybe a little early? I just don't think they have the time. It's gonna be tough. But you know that they're gonna be saving that tire for that lap 30 caution and give this last 20 lap dash. So tire strategy may not be as big of a deal as we think, but I'm gonna tell you what, these drivers are gonna be aggressive, aggressive, aggressive.
Yeah, especially with that free pass lucky dog, that, which is the next bullet point on the underneath the competition caution lap 30. The free pass will be in effect, but the waiver rounds will not be in effect. So I'm curious, if you get stuck a lap down, how hard are you going to have to race? If you got another person with it, are you going like back with that short track mentality? Are you going to race him, a lot harder to try to make sure? Because like I said, there's no waiver rounds, so rough him up to get on the lead, the in chance of being a lucky dog, or are you gonna, take your time and be patient with it?
Yeah, I'm definitely to see the different types of strategies we see in this 50 lap racer. But I mean, Johnny, you may correct me here, but I'm just in that mentality that this is the open race. It's going to be I want to lead every single lap of this thing and stay up front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, track position is key. I don't know if it's quite enough laps for tire wear to really matter, but yeah, I think you get up front, try to stay up there. You can control the restarts. We've seen that time and time again on these short tracks that how important it is. But with that said, we are
Yeah, we're gridding up,
we're
getting
getting
ready to
for
rock
the
in
grid
this
here.
race.
So we see it
Yeah,
right here. Jackson Hitala. Sorry for our pronunciation tonight. We're kind of new to the league here, but yeah, I apologize for that one. Starting up front, P1. Then we have Andrew Shobe starting second. We have Joshua Gillen in third in the number 10, followed by Isaac Brock in the 21. Then we have Brad Nelson starting fifth in the 33. Andrew Allen in the 96. Derek Jewett starting seventh. And then Alex Pollock starting sixth.
That'd be starting eighth, Johnny. But all right, we got Jared Knobsnyder starting ninth, David Moyer starting 10th, Stephen Gill 11th, and Brandon Willard out rounding out your field with a. It looks like he didn't even post a qualifying time, but I will say this though, the '09 Jackson Hatula. I'm hoping I'm saying it right because we're not all English right down here in Florida, but he was 2.5 tenths faster than the field on his hot lap on his qualifying lap. So I'm curious if he's able to maintain the speed and be able to get into the big show.
Absolutely. Well, hey, cars are rolling. We are under pacing here, getting ready for the start of this All-Star Open. Yeah, I mean, one more time before we get this thing going. It looks like one lap to green, so we're going this time by. This is for the transfer spot. Winner only makes his way into the All-Star main event here tonight.
These
Yeah,
drivers
so
are definitely stacking up here. One more time. We're going green next time by. See the lights off the pace car. But, Chase, I'm liking what you were talking earlier with Jackson. I mean, 2.5 tenths faster in qualifying. He's got that momentum coming into this race, and he's probably got a big smile thinking he's a lot faster than these drivers. But we'll see after 50 laps how it all plays out.
yeah, and he's in the catbird seat. He's up front, where you want to be. Short track.
And I want to keep in mind, we only have 11 drivers on the field tonight. It's not that 12. The one that didn't present time is not running. So,
but pace cars. Oh, I guess we're doing another lap. Sorry. I'm getting antsy, man. I saw the lights off. I was getting pumped. I was ready to rock.
Yeah, I think they're just doing a little pre-race race control action, you know. But yeah, they will be getting going here soon. Once again, the lights are off, so we'll see if they go green this time by or if they need a little more time. But yep, up front, Jackson Haltala. Is that how we're going to say it? I don't know. We're going to have to ask afterwards. But
maybe we get the pace car in this time. Maybe. Let's see.
Yes, we do.
Off. All right, green flag is out.
Oh, we
no.
Yeah, 21 looks like a little bit of a tire spin on that restart there, and ends up just spinning right in front of the field on this restart. Now, this is probably going to initiate a full kind of reset here, given that it didn't have it at the beginning, or before the green. But definitely need to go back through and look and see who all has a lot of damage from this. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We see
You
right
see that
there,
right on the replay.
21. Isaac Brock just spins the tires immediately.
Yeah, it's definitely easy to do in these Gen 7 cars. I mean, it's just, it's one of those things on restarts, right? So guys going to take this kind of caution here and recoup and kind of gather themselves back up and try to hit this again. But I will say from what I am seeing is that caution laps are counting. So, because we're on lap 2 now. So curious to see if maybe that's just on my end or.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It could be because of when it came out, it had to start the race. Maybe, I don't know. But
yeah. I mean, I will say this though. I mean, granted, it's lucky because, like I said, it was the outside row. 4th position, spinning tires. Maybe that's an indicator of what's to come. But for somebody spinning in front of the field, having a couple people involved. I mean, a couple damage. But like, there's nobody that's out of it. There's not a lot of damage actually that looks like visually. That's whatever. Everybody did a good job missing it. Who missed it? Could have been a lot worse.
Certainly could have. We do see quite a bit of nose damage on the 33 of Brad Nelson here, but still very early. You got time to come in and fix it up.
Yeah, the 92 had some nose damage too. And like I said, sorry, my voice is gone.
The caution came out at the worst time, right? Because for some reason the standings are just completely weird. So ignore the standings. We're going racing.
Yeah, we're trying to get it sorted out here. I'm sure once they go green, it'll clean up a little bit here. It looks like we have
the leader.
Pace car's out, and they are taking off. The leader decided, Jackson took the outside on that restart and just pulled away going into 1. So the rest of the field looks like we got a good clean start as they're pretty much single file through the field coming out of 2.
Yeah, the next position you have for side by side is in the back of the pack, which the 21 just got around the 33. You know, I'm curious how much the nose damage is going to hurt the 92 and the 33. Are they able to get going? But it looks like the leader slows down. Why is it?
Yeah,
doing
this is
that?
definitely. Yeah, this is definitely a bit of a crazy restart. Standings are all jacked. So ignore the standings going on tonight's race. The leader is the the leader is the 09. I'm confused.
He's in the back. It's
The leader is the 96. The
Yeah.
09 started up front there, but then dropped back. It's possible that he was a lap down or at the tail end of the lap, and
nah, he's on the pole.
Yeah, no, he so we actually did miss it. He did get loose off of 4 and lost a few spots. But ignore the standings, right? The standings are going to be kind of messed up. Until we got a wreck
no.
going into 3. He gets hooked into the outside wall. No yellow. They keep it going. The 45 in the 09 there just got together on the back straightaway. Not sure what that was about. Definitely have to go back and take a look at this.
yeah, if you will, pull up that replay, and we'll keep the action alive here for our our race for the lead up here. Third place here, David Moyer trying to fend off Alex Pollock here after that contact that they just had behind him. And tell you what, Alex is still making some headway here. He's got some speed in that car. He's running that higher line, and we'll see if it's able to work for him.
Yeah, and while we're doing that, let's go back and take a look at what happened on the back straightaway between the
It looks like the 45 and the
45 and
09.
the 09, yeah. Oh,
But I would give a shout out to the 92 though, even though he was involved in that first wreck.
that's why.
The 92, you know, he's got a little bit of front end damage, but it hasn't slowed him down. Like he's made up the most ground since the restart. You know, he's now up to third, running down second. As you know, we have a side by side battle with the 09 and the 47. I'm curious with the 09, like you said, he got loose and everything. Does he, is he rushing trying to get back to the back or back from the back to the front again, or also how much damage on that right front does he have that's affecting his car, whether or not he can be able to get it turned or not?
Yeah, and as you saw there, sorry about that, the original incident there, but yeah, you can see there with the 05 or 09 and the 45 there, but doesn't look like their lap times have fell off too much since the incident, but it's definitely not a big help.
Yeah, it certainly can't help.
I'm just saying that 92 he's on a roll right now, like I said, with that nose, whatever. He's looking the inside of the 82 for second. But like I said, I'm curious how much they're waiting for that competition caution at lap 30 and see what's going to happen there.
Yeah, they'll definitely get the standings kind of reorganized at that point, because yeah, this is all sorts of janky at the moment. But right now, your leader, Andrew Allen, the number 96 machines, just kind of set himself on cruise control here. So we're crossing the line for start lap 15. But Knob Snyder, who started almost last in this Open, has already made his way up to second place.
Yeah, speaking of second place, man, that battle for second has gotten interesting. So I know with the 82, 92, and the 09, I mean, it's like I said, they're side by side right now with the 82 outside. 92 is getting a really good run on the inside, and as the 09 is trying to get by it. So it's like, training, or like trying to get them, training the dude on the outside. Oh, and 82 gets loose. 82 got a little loose and hit the wall, and he's hit the wall again.
He's definitely got up in the marbles, and these cars do not like being up in those marbles. Let me tell you, it makes it tight, loose. I mean, it's just
makes it. He's got something broke.
He might, but the battle right now for second is still on between Alex Pollock and that 92 and Jackson in that 09. But right now, Jackson was turning pretty much the fastest laps out here, aside from our leader, who's been just still sub 20s right now, while the rest of the field are running 20s plus. So he's pretty much just opened this gap And I think these drivers are just biding their time till lap 30.
So is Jackson a lap down still?
No, he is on the lead
Okay.
lap. Like I said earlier, that's just a
Okay.
scoring and
Okay.
timing issue. But
Okay. 'Cause
that
I'm saying, I
caution,
know.
when it came out, it just messed
Okay.
everything up.
Okay, because I know he's a lap down on my end too on the actual race file itself. Sorry, just wanted to make sure if we
Yeah, I
missed
think
anything.
we've seen that before where cars don't get past the start finish line and it kind of screws the order up, right? So,
Yeah,
I don't
I
know. I
got you.
mean, we'll see how this all goes here. But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely that '09 is fast. And yeah, he's working on hunting down that 96. But right now, Andrew Allen is out front. Clean air, smooth sailing. And yeah, definitely getting in a rhythm. He's going to have to learn all he can to use after this competition caution when they re-rack the field.
Yeah. Yeah, we have 10 laps before the competition caution as they just took lap 21. So,
Well, I just want to
yeah.
thank everybody for also tuning in. We got some people in the chat, cheering on their favorite drivers. We got Adam Holston saying go Shobe and Alex, which Alex right now is running P3. We got Brianna Fodrin saying go Josh Gillen. So got some fans out here in the chat. Thank you guys for joining us tonight.
Yeah, a little bit further back, we have Derek Jewett that, yeah, I'm still not sure. I'm pretty sure he's won, right? So maybe he's still allowed in the open. But, yeah, holding on to fourth here. And, yeah, behind him, it's another couple seconds back to Brad Nelson. That's rounding out your top five with all that nose damage on that Camry. Definitely can't be helping him right now.
The 96, the leaders just put another lap down, another car lap down, and is working on, I think, the '01 car, who's in the wall a little bit, riding the wall a little bit, but he gave him enough room to get by. So, I mean, he's, putting down the lap track, putting down cars lap down as the '01 hits the wall again. He might have something broke, but anyways, I mean, he's just picking him up, putting him down. He's kind of, maintained his 4.5 second lead. So,
Yeah, and you said it there. It's definitely pretty important because I'm pretty sure there is no wave arounds. So only the lucky dog will get their lap back. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on how many cars go a lap down here, and they're gonna have their work cut out for them after this caution.
Yeah, and right now, Andrew Shobe's the one fighting for that lucky dog position. As you can see him, he's right behind the leader. In fact, the last 2 laps, he was actually faster than the leader. He's actually gaining on him right now. So he's in the right spot right now to get his lap back. And I know so is Jackson back here in the '09, a lap down, but he is our second place, slowly reeling in our leader right now. But won't be enough as we'll have that competition caution here in 2 laps.
Yeah, we see
that
it
would
though.
be-
That 92, Alex kind of fell off a little bit, but he's picking it back up. He's caught back up to the '09 here and putting a little pressure on him with just 1 lap before the competition caution here. We'll see if he's able to maybe make a move and get himself an extra spot.
Yeah, that extra spot would definitely be important, kind of helpful because that's just 1 less car in front of you on pit road that he may be able to capitalize on leader here under pitting. So let's see if he's able to, gain on him enough to make a charge here in 3 and 4. Doesn't quite look like he got the run off the corner there like we would like, but as they sail off into 3 as the leader, currently coming off 4, is crossing the line for that for that competition caution finish, not stage, excuse me. And we should be seeing the yellow here in just a moment. Stack these guys back up.
Yeah, that graphic says it all. 28 or 31 laps led. I mean, until that caution comes out, you're just going to lead some more laps and everything like that. But, now the caution comes out, with the, coming out, whatever, competition caution. But, 29 and 32 laps led, man. Like, he's been putting on a dominant show so far.
Yeah, he's definitely shown a lot of speed tonight. But I'm going to tell you, too, I mean, don't count out, Jackson Hatala. Did I say that? Hatala? And man, we're gonna get his name right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't count him out as well. I mean, that lap time he put down in qualifying was insanely fast. Granted, he's got a little bit damaged car, but he's worked his way back up to the front here. So even after getting hooked into the wall.
Yeah, and I'm curious, like once he gets it fixed, I'm curious what he's got. What does he have? Like how much that getting hooked and everything. Like, there's only what 6, 7 cars on the lead lap right now, so and even you're running 6th or 7th right now. Do you just take 2 and get to the front, as there's only going to be a 15 lap shootout? I mean,
we're about to find out here. Looks like the 96 of Andrew Howland. He's opting for 4. Looks like the field is opting for 4. And they're off now. Yeah. I mean, it's 4 tires is a smart move here because, this last 20 laps, you're going to be driving this car as hard as you possibly can.
yeah, I agree.
But our lucky dog winner should be Andrew Shobe in that 69 machine. Should be
the Wendy's machine. That Baconator. A Baconator is really good for all you guys out there. I could go for a big old Baconator. It's awesome.
And on the back, he's got the GOAT.
Yeah, that gives us a little bit of time. Hey, we're talking about paint jobs. Let's go through the field a little bit here and talk about some of these that we see. We see the 96. Not really sure what that sponsor is, but maybe one of you guys can get in a little closer and see what we got. And we're already one to go here.
It looks like it's a Madison. It's a dealership, Madison Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. If you're looking for a Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, go to Madison. Wherever, it could be Madison, Wisconsin, Madison, Georgia. I don't know, but wherever you're Madison, there's a Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram out there looking for you for a car. Another little sponsor plug in there.
Good plug. Well, we're going green. The base car is going to be dipping off turn 4 here for Andrew Allen on the outside to take the green, and he does. But I'm going to tell you what, Jackson did not let him get away. He's already on his inside. Now, keep in mind, again, the standings are messed up, but he is battling for the lead.
Yeah, we see that momentum on the outside. The 96 able to kind of pull along, or get a little bit of a gap there. But man, that 09 sends it in deep, able to stay side by side down the front stretch.
Yeah, like I know the bottom is the shortest way around here and everything, but I feel like the groove is like a car and a half length up, so you're able to get the run down a straightaway, especially with these cars. Like I know it's hard to wrap the bottom. You may save more tires wrapping the bottom, but that dude on the outside can pinch it as the 09 gets loose coming off the corner. And there's a caution out.
Oh my goodness, what a save! But we also had a.
It's like the 10.
Trying to listen.
Yeah, the 10. Oh, the 10. It looks like he checked up.
I think the caution is out to get the grid sorted out here. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I've been kind of listening to Race Control's chat there. Sorry, but yeah, they're gonna get the standings in the order correct. But we also did have a spin there.
Yeah, he looked like he just locked it up, checking up for him. Caution came out, he hit the brakes. And maybe a little bit too much rear brake bias in it. But stayed out of him. Good for him. Just looped it. Hey, it's all good, man. That camo car, man, you almost couldn't even see it. Going in the race.
Well, keep in mind too, another kind of thing came through. Andrew Shobe is also on the lead lap. The 69 is on the lead lap in 3rd place. In which we thought we was the lucky dog. He was not.
Dang, that was a battle for the transfer spot earlier. You would think so, right? I don't know.
Or it's only one transfer spot, but
yeah. Well, it is racing for the lead, but this is why we're the B team, not the A team. Enjoy it.
Hey, it's okay. We will get it sorted out here, but regardless of all of that, we still have Pollock up front here. Or no, I'm sorry. Andrew Allen up front here. He's led everything after that first restart and really been putting on a clinic here. He had a good restart that last time and was able to clear out. And yeah, that's got to be our favorite to win this race. We'll see if he's able to hold off the hungry dogs behind him.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of looking through here, even Joshua Gillens, who kind of spun there on that checkup at the start. I mean, he's still right there. I mean, these guys are in contention when these last 15 laps, because these leaders might start beating and banging. You just never know here in these final stage. But we're still, bear with us here. We are still trying to we're new to the league here, so we're trying to learn these drivers. But it's going to be a good show from what we've seen tonight. These last 15 laps are going to be they're going to be a tough one for Andrew to hold on to.
Yeah.
This might be my favorite paint job right here. The Fed Up Ford, the number 01 here. Stephen Gill, definitely. Yeah, if there was a vote, that's the one I'm voting for.
Well, I will, that kind of funny backstory while they're getting this together, but I was taking the kids to Disney one time, and we we took some back roads to get there, and I will never forget, I drove by a house, and there was a FedEx truck. I mean, it looked like it used to be a FedEx truck, and it said Fed Up on it. It cracked me up seeing it. So some people actually have those trucks driving around out there. And it was a FedEx box truck and everything.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, we hear it there. Coming to one to go before we go green here. Lights are out on the pace car. Once again, Allen's going to... Yeah, he's taking that outside. See if he can get that momentum off of 1 and 2 and clear out and hold this lead once again.
Yeah, that outside definitely gets the run off of the corners. So it's a smart move. I mean, everybody's done it on the restarts tonight, so wouldn't expect any change here. But 15 laps to go when we take the green, and I'm kind of keeping my eye on that 09. He's been getting loose off of these corners and losing positions, but he's still probably one of the fastest drivers out here on the track. They take the green, and Andrew gets a great jump, but Alex Pollock spins his tires on that start and checks up the entire bottom lane, but he sails it into one to try to make up that ground.
Yeah, side by side for third. 6909. I mean, they contact a little bit off the back and everything. He's still on the bottom, and maybe he's able to get it wrapped and go. Maybe he'll send it right here coming into one and be able to clear him. Because, like I said, based off the qualifying, he is the fastest car. But you can't go wrong with the 96, also leading every lap too. So we're still up in the air with 13 to go.
Yeah, it looks like that 09 of Jackson Hatilla he's going to clear, and he gets that spot. We see the 10.
Yeah, looks like he got a little loose off of 4, and as one of our did the spinsies. But
well, it's just one of those situations, right? These guys are driving as hard as they can, knowing that in 13 laps, right, only one person's been on the All-Star race. So I wouldn't expect, I mean, I fully expected to see a lot of these cars kind of start stepping out, just how aggressive these drivers are going.
yeah, and that's one thing too. Like it's like even when they're side by side, the exit of 4 here has always been like, and the exit of 2 has always been like a little loosey goosey. Like the back end will step out, just on the boss. Yeah, loosey goosey.
We're gonna go back one more time here. You could see he hits a bump, and as soon as he does, that thing steps out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can definitely see how that car just rocked up and down about 2 times before it went around.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's that old surface. Hey, they haven't rescanned North Wilkesboro yet, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. But yeah, I mean, hey, it's definitely a little treacherous. You got to be on your toes. So
yeah, and it sucks too, because that spin happening so late as he was running in 5th place. I mean, that just pretty much pushed him out of making the show tonight unless something crazy happens. But yeah, Andrew Allen still right now the man of the hour, pretty much leading every single lap tonight. Almost every single lap.
I'm curious too. Whenever they go to choose, like I said, they choose the choose rule, right?
Yes.
with a choose rule, does the 92 choose, since he did spin the tire, like he spin the tires on the bottom the last one, does he choose the 96 and put the '09 up front to be able to have that run and have a better start? Since apparently the outside's, the place to be on a restart besides that first, where that first, green initial start.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
we
not
will
gonna.
have to see. I believe they will be choosing this time by, right? And no, he
Yeah, they
takes the
definitely
bottom.
are.
Another thing
Definitely are.
is, when
It
does
you gotta opt for front row, right? I mean, we're coming to almost 10 to go. You got to get that track position. So I wouldn't expect anything different here. And the 09, smart choice being on that outside. So they're stacking them up pretty tight here. A little bit of bumping under yellow here, but all good. I'm gonna keep my eye on that 69 as well. Shelby, he's been hanging out up here as well, but he's gonna be starting second row on that bottom. But the pace car dips off. Andrew has command. He takes off pretty early, but that 09 got a great start right on his rear bumper as they sail it up. But look at the 92 just sailing. It gets a little loose, a little bit of contact. They keep it going. Great heads up driving there. So
on the
45 is hard
45
into the wall on the back straightaway here.
on the
Oh.
89 hits the inside wall hard.
Jared Knopsnyder obliterated that inside wall.
Tell you what, we
Yeah.
are still green though, and we have a pass for the lead. It looks like maybe there was some contact made with the '09 and the 96 here. The '09, Jackson has taken the lead with 10 laps to go.
Yeah,
Oh, he got loose.
we can go back and take a look at this, Johnny, on the pass for the lead here. As you can see, the 96 just kind of running the bottom, and you can see right here on the front straightaway, gets a little loose off 4, kind of overcorrects and smacks the wall hard. And that's where he lost all those positions.
Yeah, that turn 4, man, it's been giving everybody a loop, but it's it's definitely taking its toll. So now the '09 just has to be basically clean and be settled down a little bit to make sure turn 4. But that 92 looks like he's coming a little bit, so you never know.
Yeah. and
92
then
looks like he's reeling him in.
while we have a moment too, let's go back and take a look at that crash off of that happened off turn 2. Excuse me, off of turn 2. I'm gonna ride on with Knopsnyder here in that 82 machine. You see right in front of him here, that 45 gets a little squirrely, boom, hits the wall, and he had nowhere to go. Just obliterates that inside wall. Tough break for that team because they were still running pretty solid up there, but this night's over with.
Yeah, coming to 5 to go. The 92 is maintained 2/10 back on him, a little over 2/10, but he's able to get the run in the center corner. He's driving in pretty good. He's driving in a lot deeper than the '09 is, and he's making the ground up. He's making it work. So, when's that time to give him the bumper? I mean, like I said, there's only one person transferring out of this thing, so it's win or go home. So do you give him the bumper or do you race him clean?
Well, 5 laps to go. We're going to find out as the 09 of Jackson Hatala. That's what I'm going to say. Hatala. I'm probably massacring, and I do apologize, but we're going with it. But the 92, hot in pursuit, but he's going to have to make a lunge. He's going to have to make something happen here because that 09 is very fast.
Yeah, one thing he tried up on that in turn 1, he's been kind of having like more of a higher entry than the '09. As I say that, he goes right to the bottom, so he made me, whatever. But he's been done it a couple times, have a higher entry getting into 1, and then having a little run off, but then it just spreads back out because the '09 gets a good off the bottom. But the 92 is able to get into the center of the corner. He's able to drive it in a lot deeper as we come to 2 to go. So definitely, Wolf, it's getting close.
Yeah, getting close it is. But let me tell you one thing, too. That 92 is definitely a little bit stronger in 3 and 4 than 1 and 2. But I don't know if he's going to have it. He's going to have to make that lunge like we talked about as they're coming to take the white flag right now. Alex Pollock is trying to defend against excuse me, and man, Jackson is
Yeah.
trying to defend against Alex while Shob is right there trying to attack, but he's there.
sitting
He's
in
there.
there.
He gives him the bump. He gives him the shot. He's going to hit him again as they come off of the turn. Is it going to be enough? No, it is not. Jackson Hatala is going to win tonight's Open and transfer into tonight's All-Star race.
Hey, that was a good move. Like you said, he went back to coming in because the 09 blocking in the 1. So the 92 went up a little higher, getting that run off the top to be able to get to him. Like I said, he gave him the bumper, and he did it, he did it cleanly. I mean, if there's a way to give the bumper cleanly without wrecking somebody, that was the perfect way. He gave him the bumper, moved him up, and did not wreck him. So, all due respect for, Alex for not dumping him.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get one more look at this. We see this last lap right here, or coming to the white flag, I should say.
Yeah. See him
And,
going that half lane up, got him that run down the back.
Yeah, we see just so close. Puts the bumper to him exactly how you should. Just a little bit of contact, move him out of the way, and unfortunately, it just did not work. Not for a lack of effort, though. Alex Pollock definitely the first one going home, but man, we feel for him. He almost had that one.
Yeah, he's gonna look back on that one and go, "What could I have done a little bit different?" But he was there. He was in the striking distance. He made the move. It was still a great show coming to the line there, but just came up short.
All right, yeah. So I'll tell you what. I think we pull our winner here of the Open in, and see what he thinks.
All right, I'll get him. I think find him. Sorry. Jackson Hatala, are we saying that right? Hatala?
Hautala.
Hautala. We were all wrong. Sorry for massacring your name tonight.
It's all good.
Well, it doesn't matter what your last name is because you are the Open winner, and you're going on to the main show. So, congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, holy.
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
yeah, that was a workout there. I got damage early with the 45. I don't know if he came down, I came up, but I got super tight in the nose, especially on that second run, and was lucky enough the 96 did the same thing I did earlier and was able to hold off the, was it the 92?
yes.
Yeah, it was definitely 92. Sorry, I want to jump in here, but man, I'm kind of curious to see what are you going to take from tonight's race to, go for that shot tonight in the All-Star race?
Work on the long run. When we were here on Friday, I feel like I had a car to win, and hopefully that translates to later tonight.
Well, that car definitely has some speed because I'm going to tell you what, we were talking about how fast you were in qualifying. Pretty much 2.5 tenths over, second place there and showed the speed tonight. But kind of curious, for us up here in the booth, I mean, was the car kind of loose, tight? I mean, we kind of seen a little bit of both as the rain went on.
Yeah, it's definitely a tale of an evil car, I'd say. It's tight in the nose, it's loose in the rear. I'm a little throttle happy and spun myself twice down the front stretch, but was able to recover.
Well, man, before you go and celebrate your Open win, but I mean, you still got another race going on tonight. Is there anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, I'd love to thank my teammates. Josh Thornton, he's in this show tonight. Andrew Allen in the 96, he's our team owner. He does great work, helps us out a lot. And then the 21 of Isaac Brock.
I'm gonna tell you. Oh, go ahead, Chase. Go ahead.
I was gonna say congratulations there. So, how much did your tires? So, I'm a big tire guy, man. I like tires. I like the ins and outs of tires. So just one question. Did your tires fall off as the run go, or like how much was it? Basically, what I'm asking is how much was the fall off, if at all?
Oh, for sure. Especially in this hot slick, like we just ran. Tires fall off a lot. Conserving them, that was the big thing to do. When I came into the pits, my right front was screaming. It was so hot. So work on that later tonight.
Understand. Well, like I said, from all up here at the booth, congratulations, and hopefully we are talking to you at the end of the night, coming from, I assume, the back to the front.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
All right, that was our winner of the All-Star Open here, and yeah, we do have a couple others on standby here. We have our second place finisher, Alex Pollock. We can pull him up and see. Yeah, unfortunate kind of end there, but not for a lack of effort. Alex Pollock, second place, also close, coming to the line there. Man, how you feeling? It's got to be gutting.
I feel all right. I mean, I just sent it at the end. I knew Jackson had the car to beat. He was great in the cup race for us on Friday night. I wasn't going to send him in like we've seen some people do in the past in this league and real life. So I gave him a little bump, but it wasn't enough. So congrats to Jackson.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did
I'll
an
tell you
awesome
what.
job. Oh, go ahead, Johnny. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what. Yeah. So we're all kind of new to this series, right? So take us through. If you had to guess, out of all the guys that are locked in, and now Jackson too, who is the favorite to win the night?
It's Evan Janik. So my teammate, 5-Star Racing, he's won 5 cup races. I think maybe 4 of the Fall Creek Plumbing National Series races and a couple of truck races. So he's the crop of the field. He's going to be tough to beat. He was running great here Friday night until his VR headset disconnected and he wrecked out. But he'll be the one to watch for sure. There's other couple cars that are great. Atala was obviously has a good car and he had some damage there. That's the only reason I stuck with him, I think. So it'll be a fun race for y'all.
Speaking of damage,
we're looking forward to it.
Sorry.
Good.
Sorry, Johnny.
It's your turn, Chase. Let's go.
Oh, my bad. I'm just, excited. Speaking of damage, like I see, like you were involved in that very first wreck on the start. How much damage did you have, and how much did it affect you, throughout the race? And did you get it all fixed? Did I be able to have a shot at the end?
Yeah, so I only had like 58 seconds of damage, so I went under when that caution came out. And since you can't lose a lap under caution because the caution laps don't count, I just stayed in and fixed it all. So I think I came out with like 6 seconds of damage, and that had really no effect on things. So it handled well. It didn't hurt me. It could have been much worse. I'm glad I checked up in time.
Yeah, sure you did a good job, minimalizing the, effect of all that.
Yeah, I was going to run him back until the competition caution at lap 30, and that kind of changed things. I wanted to get up front and avoid anything else to happen.
Well, I'll tell you what, you might not have made the show, but we do appreciate you coming in the booth here. And yeah, before we let you go, hey, you still got second tonight, so you have every right to give some shout outs, any sponsors, friends, family, fans, other teammates, anything like that. Yeah, the floor is yours.
Yeah, so shout out to Black Diamond Designs, so 9222 Designs, who sponsor a lot of things in this league, is my design company, changing names to Black Diamond Designs. That's more announcement will become tomorrow actually on that, just to get some more visibility on social media and whatnot. It's easier to search. So Black Diamond Designs, formerly 9222 Designs. Shout out to the 5-Star Racing team. Shob, you're going to interview next, came in third. Hopefully one of those boys, Evan or Adam Holston, win the All-Star race here coming up for you. Other than that, thanks for you guys putting on a good broadcast, and we'll talk to you soon, hopefully.
Right on. We surely appreciate it.
Have a good one, guys.
Right. That was second place, Alex Pollock. And yeah, we're going to move into our final interview of the All-Star Open here. We're going to bring in third place finisher Andrew Shob.
How's it going?
Andrew, third place tonight. That was kind of a chaotic little race, Yeah, there's a couple good green flag runs there, but yeah, unfortunately not making it into the show, but still an impressive run coming home third after the early incident, or you were near the back earlier on, right? So yeah, good drive through the field. How you feeling?
Good. Yeah, we were able to keep it up front all night. We ran a clean race, had no damage, just didn't have the speed. It's a tough track, not my favorite track, so that's how it goes, right? I'll take third place.
Yeah, maybe it was the the mix up in the order that kind of had me messed up. But yeah, we were talking about your paint job. Man, you're making everybody
Oh
hungry
yeah,
up here with that
yeah,
Wendy's got the
yeah,
baconator on it. But
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely one of the top paint jobs, I would say. Yeah, for sure. But
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, you got to check out the goat on the back too. That's my favorite part.
yeah, I think Justin had caught that. But yeah, man, I asked Alex the same thing. But who do you think is our top prospect to win this race here tonight?
The classics. You got the teammate Evan Janik. I think he's got this one. It'll be a battle, but I think you'll see Adam Holston give him a run too. He's pretty good at this track. He seems to just figure things out on the track, so I wouldn't be surprised if he takes this one home. But yeah, cheering for those two guys for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Well, hey, before we let you go, like I said, you might not have made the show, but you still got third place in this. So that gives you every right to do some sponsor plugs, some teammate shout outs, anything like that. So have at it.
Yeah, appreciate it. You got to thank the guys at 5 Star Racing, always helping out. Sorry, I made some contact with them tonight and took a couple of the guys out. It's a tough one, but got to shout out those guys. Good luck to Evan and Adam in the next race, and shout out the homies at home for watching, Andrew and Jake. I appreciate you guys. And yeah, thank you guys for what you do. It's been a lot of fun.
All right, man. Well, yep. Hey, go get in with your teammates, man. Try to help them out. Maybe do a little spotting or something. And yeah, maybe we'll get to talk to one of them later on tonight. So, yep.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be on the podium soon, I swear. I mean, first.
Hey,
Yo,
we're
good night.
ready for it. All right.
Heck yeah. See ya.
Okay, so if that's said, we got our interviews out of the way. We still have a another event coming up here in just a little bit, so hang with us. But before we go to that, we're gonna pull up our results of that. We'll go through it one more time. We just spoke to the top three here. Jackson, so I already forget how he pronounced it. Haltilla, what's it? I don't remember. Bringing home the win, transferring to the All-Star race tonight, and Alex Pollock, Andrew Shobe coming up just short, but an incredible battle to the line there. Yep.
Yeah, running out the rest of the field here. We got Andrew Shobe the third, and Andrew Allen at 96 led the most laps tonight. Showed the speed early on, but that one mistake on the front straightaway cost him that chance to make the All-Star race tonight. So he's going to be, he's going to be kind of going home with his head down. But keep in mind, he needs to keep his head up high because leading these laps of this track is pretty tough to do. But Joshua Gillen in that 10 machine finished 5th. Stephen Gill in the 01 is 6th. Derek Jewett in the 45 machine finished 7th tonight. We got Brad Nelson, Jared Knopsnyder with that hard crash on the back straightaway 9th. David Moyer in the 47 finishing out 10th tonight, also DNF. And then last place in 11th was Isaac, excuse me. I don't know why I said Isaac. Excuse me, Isaac Brock in the 21.
Absolutely. Yeah, so while we have a little time here, we might as well do a little bit of a plug for Mystic Racing League here, and we'll go over kind of their points from their top 3 series. We've seen some of these drivers in this race here. Some of them already have a win. So, our top 12 in the Cup Series. We keep hearing about him. Evan Janik, 6 wins in that series. Pretty sizable lead. They do a playoff system, so I don't have that, but I do have this. And yeah, as far as regular points goes, he has a pretty hefty lead over Andrew Allen, who we saw here tonight. Unfortunately, did not make the feature race for tonight, but definitely strong. Led a lot of laps. And we have Adam Holston, Isaac Wilson. You know, hey, like I said, a lot of these guys that we just saw, they're right here. So.
Yeah,
And we'll go over.
My bad. Oh, yeah, no, sorry. No, I wanted to. I did not realize Andrew Allen. I'm sorry, I'm not quite caught up on the point standings from the Cup Series, but yeah, that kind of just is a bummer.
Yeah,
So.
definitely second in command here, you know, kind of missing out. Yeah, that's definitely, I'm sure he's probably been very close to locking himself in throughout the season here. But yeah, unfortunately not tonight after leading most of the laps and putting on a clinic. But we'll move on to the Xfinity Series. Once again, Janik up front. He has 3 wins in this series. A lot of the same guys, you know. This seems to be a pretty good community. You know, a lot of the same guys running in all these leagues. That's cool to see. But yeah, we have Adam Holston running second currently in this series. A little bit further back, 91 points instead of 80 something. Then we have Christian Barnes, who we have not seen tonight, and yeah, another one that should lock himself into the race tonight with 3 wins. Could be a contender. Jacob Cochran in the 84. We'll have to see if he signs up tonight and see how he performs.
Yeah, a lot of drivers from the Xfinity Series will be in tonight's All-Star race as well. Definitely curious to see how this is going to play out. Different car, right? I mean, but, you know, the talent's there. The talent's there.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we have one more series to go over. This is the Truck Series, and yeah, we see him there. Jacob Cochran, 2 wins in this series. So definitely, hey, could be a force to be reckoned with tonight if he's here. We got Derek Jewett. Unfortunately, you know, we saw him. He didn't make the feature. I thought he had already won. Maybe I had him mistaken for somebody else, but yeah, second place in that. Then we have Holston, Kristen Barnes, Caleb Hunt. A lot of guys. Pretty, you know, close little battle here. You get into like 5th to like 8th or 5th to 7th. Once again, they do have a playoff system though, so I would have to get that loaded up. But as far as our straight up points, this is what we're working with. Top 12 for all 3 of the NASCAR series by Mystic Racing League. And with that said, we are going to step away for just a moment. We will be back on the other end with our pre-race for the All-Star race. And we are back. Yeah, we just saw the All-Star Open, an incredible race to the line there. But we are gearing up for the main event. And yeah, so tell me, guys, man, we saw that. What do you think? What do you think going forward here? Are we going to see more of the same, kind of the you know, it was kind of a tame race with some exciting moments, or is it going to be chaos with everybody really going after it?
Well, one of the things I'm going to say, Johnny, is I think it's going to be a little bit chaotic, but, you know, I think it's going to be chaotic at the end, right? These guys are going to be fighting, you know, for the lead on every lap. I mean, there's rewards for winning these stages. There's rewards for being hard charger. There's just, you know, there's money out there on the line. These guys are going to do everything they can to get it. So I think we're going to just see great racing the moment the green flag hits.
Yeah, I second that. Like I said, it's still a long race, and there is, you know, what is it, stages almost, and so I think it'll be clean till the end, and that's when the pay window opens, as Clint Boyer would say. So here we are.
Yeah, there is segments. There will be 4 segments in this race here tonight, and yeah, and as I understand it, the winner gets $50, right? So not quite like the actual NASCAR All-Star race, but hey,
It's close.
Yeah, pretty close. You know, just under $1 million less, actually. But
Yeah, but man, I mean, still, you get to enjoy the evening of virtual racing, right? You got $50 on the line. You know, granted, it ain't $1 million, but not only that, right? These guys are gonna be fighting, as I mentioned earlier, for these segment wins. I'm not sure what the cash prize is, but I know there is one. So these guys are gonna be out here to try to win lead every lap, and you know, bring home this W. I'm gonna say it was a W.
So Justin, curious question for you. Now that we saw the Open and everything, what are these drivers you think are gonna take from after watching the Open that they can use to help them, be successful in this race tonight?
Well, I would take forward of the exit, that their throttle control on the exit, because a lot of these guys got a lot of tire spin off those corners, and you've seen the 96, right? Andrew get that exact same thing off turn 4, put himself out of the All, or that ticket to the All-Star. We've seen the 10, we've seen quite a few guys getting loose off that corner, just driving it too hard. And I think that's what they're going to take away from this, especially as it was later on in the run. You can't make mistakes like that at the end of the All-Star race.
Yeah, especially with the field, as these are all the winners. So I mean, it's like you make one mistake that it'll be almost like a plate track. You make one mistake, you go right to the back. So or stop saying so. You know what I mean? But we'll see how it is.
To pick up what you said, I mean, you said it right. I mean, these are all previous winners. These guys know how to get it done, and so that's just gonna make this race even tighter, make it even harder to pass, and possibly kind of just may see a little more of what we saw in the last lap there in that Open, a little more bumping to get out of the way.
Johnny, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is going to be pretty tame. Yeah, I mean, I think having all these guys, these are the winners of the series, and they know how to get around these tracks. They're going to be pretty mindful and know that, hey, you can throw it all away early on. So you have to make it to the end. And yeah, I think we're going to see a pretty clean race and a pretty exciting race. So.
And want to note, there is no fast pairs for this All-Star event. So, how hard do you want to go early? Do you want to, use it up to try to get into the, win one of the segments for a little cash, or do you want to be patient to be there at the end?
Well, one of the things, we do have too is tonight there are 3 sets of tires. So these drivers are pretty much going to be getting a fresh set of tires after every segment. So as you can see here on the screen, right, the All-Star race tonight is made up of all the winners from 2025, 2024, past champions. We're looking at possibly a 20-car field tonight. 120 laps tonight. We got 4 segments. We'll see them at 45, 75, and 105. And keep in mind, right, like I said earlier, cash money on the line for those 3 laps right there. And then the winners of those are guaranteed to start top 3 for that final segment as long as they stay on the lead lap. So not only do they got to go for that win, they got to stay consistent and stay up there, and at least stay on that lead lap so they can start back up there. And as you mentioned, right, no waiver rounds. We will have unlimited green, white, checkers, but that 3 sets of tires, that's going to be key. We've seen it on the Open. Those tires were important.
So what's the option if you think somebody's, one of those cautions, between 45 and 75, it's only 30 laps. It's probably the shortest run of the whole thing. What's the chances of, saving the set and trying to survive for 30 laps and have an extra set for the overtime finishes at the end?
Well, I would say, I mean, you could definitely play the strategy if you possibly aren't going to win a segment, but like a caution comes out perfectly in time where you will stay out to gain that track position. I think you'll see some of these drivers do that tonight. It's a good strategy, especially if you win lap 45 segment, right? You can try to play that strategy to set yourself up. Not sure how they or how you start the top 3. I don't know if it's what order you're in or if you win stage 1 you start first, but we'll see as that goes along. But yeah, this is definitely, I think we'll see a lot of strategy tonight, Chase.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so far right now, qualifying has started, and Isaac Wilson has put it on the pole so far with the guys that ran with a 19.5. Just kind of like the same with the Open. You got that one guy that's 10th and a half. Fans maybe not. This is not 2 tenths, but then what everybody was saying, with Evan Janik, being the front runners in second, and then it's another 10th and a half, possibly to the 3rd. But yeah, I mean, so far, everybody seems pretty close. I think that Sonic car. It looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, the field right now is nice and close up there in the front. Only 11 drivers right now I'm showing, so we got 2 minutes left in qualifying here. But Isaac Wilson with a strong 19.5. Gonna put him P1 right now, and Evan Janik, I know, a favorite, as we talked about in the Open coming into this, and Jacob Cochran, also another favorite coming into this.
So how much, I'm curious with these guys, especially with, Jackson, coming in from the Open, he's already got track time on there, and obviously other guys got the same amount. All right, but we'll see how much that track time's up. And Johnny.
Yeah, so with that said, as we are finishing up qualifying here, let's head down to the front stretch here for the national anthem. All right. And with that said, we are rounding out our qualifying efforts here. Yeah, it looks like we are going to go right into our grid. So, yeah, here we go. Looks like starting up front, we have Isaac Wilson beating Evan Janik. Janik seems to be the favorite here, but yeah, definitely got beat for the pole by Isaac, and yeah, those two starting up front row. Then we have Jacob Cochran starting third, Brett Rinn fourth in the 24, and we have Gavin Hinson in the 39 starting fifth place, Christian Barnes starting sixth, Caleb Hunt starting seventh, Adam Holston starting eighth, Michael Wade starting ninth, and rounding out our short field here tonight is Jackson Haltula.
Yeah, keep in mind our Open winner tonight. So while we're pacing here, right, some favorites for tonight, even in our chat here, right? Cochran, as we mentioned, and Evan Janik, excuse me, I don't mean. But yeah, kind of looking in the chat here while we're getting our pace laps. Steve Gill says his prediction is Jacob Cochran, as we mentioned, and look at that, it's his birthday. So happy birthday, Jacob. And we got Alex Pollock saying Janik's going to lap the field if it goes green, so we'll see.
Yeah. Yes, so we have, yeah, like I said, a little bit of a short field. I was kind of expecting more, but obviously Sunday night, maybe a lot of people are watching the Nashville Cup race, and yeah, it's all good, but still a stacked field here. Sure, we'll see plenty of great racing throughout these 10 cars, and yeah.
Well, much your typical Sunday night here at a short track. So pace car is going to be dipping off as we're going to be, well, excuse me, next time where it's going to be dipping off. And we're going to be going green for this 120 lap event. Definitely want to, you know, curious to see, right, how much different the racing is compared to the open. You know, we got the, you know, top of the best of the best here tonight, but this bottom lane we did see wasn't very strong on restarts, so Isaac is the commanding car on this restart. But so curious to see if Evan can just make the move on this outside as we've seen just right here early on.
Green flag, green flag.
But as we say that, yeah, sorry Chase, go ahead.
I was gonna say pace car's off, and you know, had a really good even start, as you know, Evan is on the outside of the 93, and it looks like he's gonna try to have that run coming around the backstretch. It looks like he kind of cleared the 93 going into turn 3.
Well, he hasn't quite cleared them yet, but one of the things what I was talking about is that outside line, having that bit of an advantage on these restarts. Isaac's trying to fight Evan for this lead, but is he able to even get his nose in there? No, he dips him behind him as we're single file through the field.
Yeah, we see it nose to tail all throughout the top 5, 6. Our first battle back here is looks like Caleb Hunt and Gavin Henson and Brett Lynn here. See that number 39 on the outside, that looks like a sun drop car, trying to make it work. Not quite yet, but yeah, he's going to have to back off and try it again. We see the 24 push up the track a little bit. Brett Wynn opens the door on the inside for the 39 to try to make a move.
Yeah, that kind of holds up the cars behind him as well. And one of those is that 09, your open winner, already making passes. Oh my goodness, he spins right in front of him. 39 is parked sideways on the front straightaway here. Still no caution as he backs it up, and there's the caution. That is Gavin Henson in the 39 that took a little adventurous front straightaway there.
Yeah, one thing, I know as you got it looking at it now, one thing I noticed that, you know, same kind of problem in the open on the exit turn 4, that little bump, and he hits it and it just squirrels the whole back end around. We, like I said, we've seen the 09 do it, the 39 do it, the 69 do it. We've done the 96 done it. Like, a lot of people have done it. You know, open now, it's starting to rear its head in this race too. That people are gonna have to be careful being on the bottom turn 4.
Yeah, and one of the things, you know, our open winner Jackson got a little bit of damage in that, so. Kind of how he started the last race, he's kind of doing into this one. So we'll see if he's able to recover. It looks like he did got kind of minimal damage on the front end there, but not too bad.
I think he hit the wall harder in the open than he did that car, so he should be fine. And these cars are tanks, from what I remember. They're tanks, and it's hard to tear them up. But I'm pretty sure you can tear them up if you hit it the wrong way.
Yep, but Evan Janik right now in the 71 machine, already high in command on this race. Making that move on that outside. I mean, we're going to, you know, as the choose cone comes around, I can almost tell you, I can guess where he's going to go, Chase.
To the bike. Just kidding. Yeah, no, like I said, if he took notes in the open, and like I said, they had a cup race there Friday night here and everything, like I said, the outside, you know, it's a place to be. And just able to get a better run into 1 and hold the person, whoever's on the bottom, and get the run off to be able to clear him going to 3. So, I mean, the outside's preferred lane, but you never know. You know, they might switch it up and go bottom just to prove us wrong.
What we're about to see is they're in the choose cone now. Yep, Janik's going to take high. Isaac's going to take low. Cochran's going to take high. Pretty much staggering in through the field right now. So.
I know once that run went, I mean, granted we only went 4 laps, as 93 blinked out a little bit, but the 93 was able to keep up with the 71 for a little bit. So curious, you know, if he keeps going wrong, if he does have something for him.
Well,
Justin,
I mean,
do the restart for you?
fastest car in qualifying. Of course, he has something for him, but he is out. But pace car is off. Isaac has disappeared off of our screens as he's back, but Evan gets a great run on that outside, pulls about 2 to 3 car lengths off the second and third place car. But Cochran's there on that outside. They're being careful with the internet connections that the 93 is currently having, but they're stacking up big behind them right now.
Yeah,
As we got a straightaway here. Yeah, the 24 is around. He gets it backwards. Boom, hard into the inside wall. I like how I said boom there.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much almost a repeat of what we saw. Except this time I think there may have been a little bit of help. I'm not sure. We'll definitely have to look at the replay.
Yeah, I think once you guys put on the replay, I think he got loose right in the exit of turn 4, and then the 78 helped him turn around. Just helped finish off. 78 had nowhere to go, but like I said, right there, it looks like he got a little loose. Exit turn 4, and then 78, come across the nose, and he just gave a little inside wall, tad kiss, like right there. So I think he'd be fine and get it fixed.
Yeah, the 78 of Caleb, he really had nowhere to go. 24 was going around. He just kind of helped him finish it around, instead of prolonging the inevitable. But a great job from the rest of the field for missing that. So we pretty much still got a full field of clean cars here.
Yeah, and I'm gonna knock on wood right now, but like what I've noticed, like with all these guys spinning on the exit of 4, like, and even the open, like we saw it here starting to rear head again. Everybody's doing an awesome job. For the guys who are spinning out, everybody's doing an awesome job. Not ARCA breaking into it. Keeping the head on a swivel and avoiding. And as of now, like they said, there's a lot of people, minding, like understanding their spatial awareness to understand where they're going to go and not being caught up in the wreck, and they're not bigger than what it should be.
Johnny, I want to take a look at this number 8 car. This
Adam Holston.
The colors on this car are a great choice.
Right, we got like a light blue. There's some trees on the side. Not really a very good view of it there. Let me see if I can get a better one. But
oh, it's from the
Big Les show. Yeah, we got our choose cone in work right now. Pretty much the same stack up as before, minus the obviously the 24 machine up there, but Christian Barnes is going to take the inside, move up 2 spots. Keep in mind he was 5th, so everyone's opting to take that outside line, but I mean it's the preferred line. But hey, when you're back there in 5th or 6th and that inside line's open, I'm taking it.
Yeah, agreed. Johnny, what you got for this start?
Yeah, well, I think that outside line is going to prevail here. We're going to see is Evan Janik takes off. Great start. 2-3 car lengths back. Yeah, we see it right there. Second place, side by side. Isaac Wilson and Jacob Cochran. Looks like Jacob got the wall just a little bit, maybe, and that's going to allow Isaac to clear out for second place.
I think that definitely helped out. Oh, it's Cochran hard into the outside wall. I'm not sure what happened, but he is still fighting that car. Wow. That's going to definitely hurt him, as we've seen similar action in the open race. But we'll definitely have to go back and take a look at what happened there.
Yeah, we can see that right front is smoked. A lot of damage to that number 84.
Yeah, we need to do a little bit of an onboard here of what happened with this machine, because it just, you're talking right on the edge of the straightaway. Oh, he lost it off of 4, gassed it up after he thought it was straight. Yeah, it hooked straight into the outside wall, but man, what a save on holding on to that car.
Yeah, speaking of saves too, I know right after you guys watching that, the 09 got a little tail happy off the exit of 4. Same spot, but he ended up setting a little good first tail wiggle, but he ended up saving it. He keeps motoring on. Like I said, man, turn 4, man, it's biting everybody, especially with these cars. It looks like making these cars hard to drive.
I'm gonna tell you one person is not biting right now, and that is Evan Janik. He is just putting on a clinic right now, putting down some of the fastest lap times of the race right now with a 5:11. That was faster than what everyone qualified at. I mean, he is putting qualifying times down.
It's that clean air.
I'll tell you what, he's not pulling away though. We see it here. Yeah, I was about to. That's the that's the commentator's curse right there. As soon as I was about to pick him up a little bit, Isaac got loose there. But yeah, he was definitely catching Janik for a moment there, staying within an arm's reach of him, and yeah, not letting him get away.
Yeah, I want to, right now, like I know with Cochran, bouncing off the wall with the right front, I'm curious about how much damage he's got as he's running the last car on the line, and whatever. But he's doing a great job staying with them, as he's got a little Lucy too and everything, and Justin's line to help him with that, trying not to go a lap down before the stage or was it segments? That's what we're looking for. Golly. But
yeah, well, I'm sure he's going to use those segments to kind of fix the damage on the car.
But
it's still a long race.
We still wants to be on lead lap, but he's doing a good job staying with him so far, and probably being patient. As moving back up to our open winner. He's up to 6th place from starting from 10th. He's doing pretty good right now.
Yeah, we've had a change for 2nd place on track. Kristen Barnes gets by Isaac Wilson. Not sure if there was any contact made. Isaac Wilson completely sideways, able to lock it down and save that thing. He's got to get it gathered up quick because here comes the 09 of Jackson Altilla. And man, what a moment there.
Yeah, we definitely, there's been a lot of moments from that 93 machine. The original incident happened on the back straightaway. He just lost it, similar to what we see out of 4 off 2, and almost caught the opening, which would have absolutely ruined his night. But severe damage on that Ancient World Gaming machine. I mean, that right front is destroyed right now.
Yeah, he said that turn forward is fighting everybody in the butt. It's like, don't know what to do with his big, especially because he's got his tires all hot and sweaty and all that. So you can get him cooled down. I think he'd be fine. Hot and sweaty.
Yeah, we see up ahead here. We got a battle with Adam Holston and Jackson Altilla. I think I got it right that time. I'm not sure, but yeah, Jackson winning that All-Star Open event, working his way to the top 5 and trying to battle for P4 right here.
I was going to say, did you see how close he was to that opening? That opening always scares me on the back straightaway here. Mostly, probably just from previous experiences. But, yeah. Well, we were talking about that paint scheme earlier tonight. Alex Pollock in the chat told us that car was painted by Black Diamond's Designs. So, yeah, check them out.
Yeah, for sure. And I've seen, like I said, 3 or 4 Black Diamond design cars here, and they've all looked pretty. Like they're all like from the Open. You had the '92, or it was probably one of my favorites in the Open, and right now, and Black Diamond Designs definitely came to show up with a paint scheme for the All-Star event.
Well, I'm gonna tell you who showed up to.
Oh, 93 lost it. Sorry, I was on board and he lost it off of 4 again, and nosed it into the 3. Got excited.
Oh, good call out. Good call out.
Yeah, the Treasure's turn 4. I mean, he's trying to get the rear wheels down, the grip and everything. But
I mean, I wonder how much this has to do with the damage on the machine. I mean, you're talking our pole sitter tonight with just a lot of struggles, but it actually almost looked like there in the replay there. It looked like he caught the apron, kind of like where the paint is there. It just went around on him.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that we've seen time and time again here is just the lower you get out of 4, it seems like there's some bumps that really unsettles the car. And yeah, we'll go on board one more time here with Isaac Wilson and see just how that looked. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Able to keep it straight, but yellow flag nonetheless.
With everybody's getting loose and spinning off of 4, man, So far, so good. Granted, there's a couple contacts, but so far, so good. There hasn't been any big wrecks and bit, you know, involved with it. So, I'm curious, how later on in the race, when it gets close to the end, how much it's gonna affect, when you see somebody get loose, check up, or just go ahead and help them around like earlier to get that spot.
Yeah, we'll definitely see towards the end of this race. But I'm going to tell you, right before that yellow had happened, one of the drivers showing up tonight, right? Jackson at 09, our open winner, has already made his way up to 4th place. And you were seeing his speed pretty early on while he was battling for 3rd with Caleb Hunt.
Yeah, maybe it'd be cool to talk to him maybe during the segment and see like how similar the open setup or the open track conditions versus this track conditions. See how much he learned between the open and here to help him be a little bit better as he goes to the bottom.
Yeah, maybe we'll see how much time we have in between segments. But speaking of segments, we're already halfway, well, actually a little past halfway in this run now. We're going to come to the line with about 21 laps to go until our first segment and our first payout of the night. But Evan Janik right now showing off a strong performance, but the one driver that we possibly thought had the speed to catch him, well, he kind of just totaled his car a little bit. So we'll see as the pace car is dipping off. Evan Janik in control, jumps it early, catches the inside, kind of sleeping there, and he's pretty much pulled about 4 to 5 Carlys going into 1. Caleb Hunt on that outside's getting attacked by that 3. We're looking at a possible 3-wide situation coming off 2. I don't know if it's going to work, but they double file it back out. You can see the impatience out of that 09 as he was stuck behind the 27. Just give him a little bit of a shove there in 4. Got him to clear the 78, and now he's going to try to make his way through, but the field pretty much from 2nd to 4th is stacked up, and you can just throw them under a blanket right now.
Yeah, I know. We see that 78 on the
Incredible
outside.
racing.
Oh yeah, agreed.
Oh my, we'll be all right. Some incredible racing here in the top 5. Obviously, Janik out to that great lead so far, ever second. But we see that 09 putting the pressure on Christian Barnes here for 2nd place. Not quite able to make it happen yet, but I think he's going to get that nose on the bottom line here, and it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, I agree with you, Johnny. Like I said, he's starting to, like, one thing I noticed with him, like, he's adjusted his line a little bit to help him out with the bottom of turn 4 so he's not getting loose and able to get the drive off of 4. I know he's been sideways enough on 4 to figure it out. So, like I said, it looks like he's starting to figure out, knock on wood, and to be able to get the run off of 4 that everybody's struggling to get. Maybe, with that open practice he had, it's helped him out as he makes a pass on the bottom. One of the select few to be able to make a pass on the bottom at exit 4.
Yeah, but that was a great pass on the bottom. Like you mentioned, it's hard to do because that outside can fight him off and just really hold him up. And as you can see, even those battles we did, passed him within a lap or 2. I mean, Evan Janik has already pulled almost a 2-second lead over our 2nd place and All-Star Open winner, Jackson Hutala. Did I say that right? We're going to go with it.
Yeah.
I know he told us, and I've already forgotten.
Jackson H. Call him Jackson H. Yeah, I just want to point out too, the 84 has been on pit road since the yellow flag and is now 7 laps down and has not. So I'm just curious if that damage was just too much to be done and if he called it a night.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but there's no wave arounds. But he would technically be the only lucky dog, but it'd be kind of hard to do when you're 7 laps down. So yeah, Jacob Cochran, one of the favorites tonight for some drivers, is he's pretty much out of our All-Star event tonight.
And especially with the way Evan's running, like just putting down heaters, like, how long before he does get to the back of the pack? Will he lap a car or 2 before the 45 lapper, or does he slow it? Does he slow it down a little bit once he gets? He's got a 2nd half lead. He just slow it down, just save, make sure he doesn't bend it like everybody else has been out front today.
No, I'll definitely say it. That lap traffic's probably not going to be a question for this first heat. Is pretty much the whole field right now is running within a tenth, 2/10 at most. But right now, the last few laps, our fastest driver on the track was that '09 machine, and still is as they cross the line. He is catching that '71 machine.
Yeah. Ugh.
Well, the
Yeah, we'll
three
get
car,
on board here. And,
Yeah,
yeah,
we all fought there, didn't we?
fast car on the track. We'll listen to just exactly how he's getting around here. You hear him, he is downshifting, and he's taking that late arc into the corner, getting that run off. Maybe a little contact with the wall there, but
Yeah, but I mean, he's also he may be looking at this clear sort of track in front of him, but he has a car right on his back bumper, or at least did, and it was almost contact going into one. Christian Barnes in that 27 is showing some speed out of that car right now as he is attacking the '09 right now.
I'm also curious, how much has the '09 used his tires up, for one, being loose the whole time, and also starting from the back, coming to the front. So, I know he's done a good job, but starting the back, how much has he used his tires up? And I know they're going to get some poor feel goods here in 8 laps, 6 laps, 7 laps.
Well, the downshifting would definitely explain the straightaway kind of looseness that we've seen out of these drivers, because obviously the higher RPM, the more possibility of that tire spin, and you can see some of these drivers when they get all squirrely and loose on the front straightaway. I guarantee you that's probably what it's driving from. But Evan, you don't see any downshifting from that '71
Oof.
machine.
Just letting you know the 93 got a little loose on the exit turn 2. Saved it. Great save. Luckily, it wasn't bigger than what it should have been, but I know the way it's been going for him, I know he's ready for this caution to come out of lap 45 to get tires, damage fixed, and all that good stuff. Like I said, he had a heck of a save. Did a great job.
Well, we do only have 5 laps remaining in our first stage here, first segment. Let me make sure I get the correct verbiage there. But right now, the battle for second place is still heating up. But Christian is trying to find a way, around the '09. But you can see he's running different lines than what the '09 is running, as he gets a great run underneath him, but not quite there enough. But then goes high in 1 and 2. So 2 different lines from these drivers, but pretty much all running the same speed.
Yeah, with the 27, as you guys are on board with him now, him, he kind of did what, the open guys are doing, like start with that high end, the high entry, and then kind of cut it down and get the straight route line off. Like, that's what he's been doing in turn 1 and getting a massive run down the back stretch, doing like a late apex, and just getting a run down the back to be able to catch him.
Yeah, he's definitely getting a better 3 and 4 than Jackson is, because you can just tell the speed difference on the front straightaway is here. And he gets a good run, and he's going to dive underneath the '09, forcing Jackson up on the outside. But can he make his stick on the bottom, as that outside's been very, very strong on defending, but he's still down there.
yeah, you see him using every inch of the racetrack down there. Kind of hangs the door on him. He gets to him, and yeah, the '09 of Jackson gets loose into the wall a little bit. That's going to allow Christian Barnes to take over the second position. But the battle is not over yet. Jackson looking to rebound and reclaim that second spot on the last lap of stage 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
I know. Sorry, go ahead.
great move by Christian there to make that move there with 1 to go. Granted, it wasn't, for that segment win, because Evan pretty much had that in the bag, but that's going to line him up for a good pit stall here and possibly capitalize on a good restart.
Yeah, one thing I noticed, man, Evan had a good run, man. He was battling those flies on the backstretch for the lead for the last 10 laps. I know he was struggling back there, pulling away from the field.
Yeah, so what do you say, at the risk of messing him up on his pit stop, let's pull Evan in and see how he's feeling after that dominating stage performance.
I don't think we're going to be able to grab old Evan today.
We don't have Evan. That's okay.
So it's probably a good thing. Don't want to mess him up on his pit stop. But segment 1 winner, a little bit of cash in his pocket, but you know he's going after the big money. But that is going to guarantee him a spot on the top 3 moving forward. So if anything does happen on this, you know, these next few segments, he at least knows that he's pretty much guaranteed to restart up front for that final segment. Final, like, 15 lap segment.
I'll tell you what, leading most, if not all, of that first segment.
By the way,
Definitely
Evan's in
impressive.
5-star. By the way,
Definitely an impressive run there. I think, hey, not out of the realm of possibility for him to win the second stage too. So maybe we'll pull him in then if we can.
Yeah, we should be coming up. We don't have many cars lap down, so our yellows are going to be very, very quick. So we should be getting close to hitting our choose cone. So
Yeah,
we'll
so far
see.
so good. Sorry, Justin, to cut you off.
Yeah,
I was saying so far so good. Like, I mean, there's been a lot of clean and green. Like, there's been a lot of green flag racing, and like I said, everybody's been calm and like very, very respectful to each other. Like, you can definitely tell people have raced around each other a long time, and it's close, you know, close knit group with these guys.
Yeah, so far so good. We like what we see. A lot of great racing throughout the field, and yeah, there's definitely some fast cars, and yeah, we're going to see if anybody has anything for Janik here. We got two of his strongest competitors right behind him. Looks like they will be choosing this time by. Janik's going to take the high side. Jackson taking the inside. Christian looks like did he take
took the outside
there?
Yeah. Christian actually lost the spot on pit road, but that may have played on his favor because it kind of opened up that outside for him because you knew that Jackson was going to take that bottom. So definitely maybe a little bit of maybe a little bit of an issue on a pit stop, but possibly get a gain from it. So pace car is going to be dipping off this time, and Evan Janik is going to hit the restart zone and take off about midway through. Kind of actually caught the second row sleeping there, but he did not catch Jackson sleeping. Jackson is right there about a car length back, and he's going to be pressing on Janik very hard because he knows the speed in that 71, so he wants to get in front of him.
Yeah, this time he doesn't have to pass the field to get to the front, so I'm curious of what, you know, his tires are able to do after a runner, you know, with him for a while.
Yeah, this segment is only going to be 30 laps, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, so a lot shorter than our first segment. So these guys could probably be a little bit more aggressive on their tires. But man, back here in the back, 78, Caleb Hunt, Brett Wynn, excuse me, that 24. Got a little chaotic there for a minute, a little side bumping, a little side slamming, and these guys keep it straight and keep it green.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a moment there for the 78 of Caleb Hunt. He got a little squirrely off the corner. Oh my, it looks like he's bringing it down pit road, locks him up. I wonder if he is going to get caught speeding there, but definitely what I would assume an unscheduled pit stop for the 78.
Yeah, they definitely did not want to see that, did they? Yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on that because he is still on pit road.
Yeah, and I don't see that car moving. I don't know. Maybe he had some damage or maybe he's just had enough. But we'll have to keep an eye on that. See if he gets back out there, gets after it with these guys. Had a decent run going there, but
yeah, the battle pretty much for the top three hasn't changed since the restart here. You got Christian trying to catch up to Jackson and Jackson trying to catch up to Evan, but the gap between the cars are not changing as their lap times are pretty much identical.
Yeah, one thing I noticed, Isaac, I was on board with Isaac in the back. Go ahead. Oh, as he 09 got sideways.
One of the things that kind of almost bit him in the open is starting to take effect here tonight. I pretty sure that third gear and coming off those corners is lighting those rear tires up. But you can definitely tell that Jackson is giving it everything he's got to try to catch Evan, because he is just pulling away right now.
He is sideways. I wonder how much, he's heated those rear tires up and from getting sideways and everything. But that 8 car, give a shout out to him, man. That it looks like Lucky Charms to me, but he's just motoring as the 27 gets loose in front of him. But like I said, the 8 car, he started, towards the back with the open winner. He's just, moving on up, slow and steady, like the little engine that could. So maybe he's got something later, but right now he's making his way to the front.
Yeah, we see him catch the wall there just a little bit, allowing Jackson back by. But, yeah, definitely solid position up here in the top 4. Yeah, just got to keep the wheels under it, man. It's still a lot of racing to go. We have the segment breaks and everything, so.
Yeah, kind of looking back here, the next battle kind of going on with the 93 and the 39. 39, Gavin Henson's been just kind of just chilling, right? Running in the top 5 and kind of under attack right now from Isaac Wilson, who had the speed early on, but, got caught up in, well, the kind of tire demons, right, off the corners. So it's good to see him having a little comeback here.
Yeah, I was on board with him a couple laps ago. He got loose again off of 2, and I know he got his right front fixed, but he banged the right front off of it again. So maybe if he can fix being loose, he might be able to have something, whatever. But he's gotta get it going.
Yeah, and the car behind them, trying to make that pass, is Caleb Hunt, who went 5 laps down on pit road there. Still unsure what happened there, but. Good to see him back on the track, but it's going to be tough to come back from 5 laps down.
Yeah. Maybe I have to use the bathroom. Maybe, the porta john was down there.
Yeah, we see
look
this
at the
incredible
93s.
battle. Oh.
Yeah. That's one of the things that we love to see in an All-Star Open, and a little bit of payback possibly going in the corner. There it is, the little bump. That 93 or 39, excuse me, of Gavin did not appreciate what Isaac did to pass him there. But hey, we're going for that $50 win, right? Got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, Isaac pretty much reached out and said, "Give me some sun drop. I'm thirsty." So, but like I said, I think once the 93 can get his damage fixed, I do think he still has something for, maybe Evan or Christian, whatever. But like I said, once he get his fix and get the 4 fresh tires on it, he may have something for him. But he just gotta, I think once he has to get the track position to be able to do something.
Yeah, and I mean, you see it even with the damage, being able to drive back through the field, get up into the top 5, definitely showing a lot of pace from that 93, and yeah, we'll have to see how it all plays out.
Let's see, who we haven't talked about yet? Huh. The 3.
Well, we haven't talked about old Michael Wade. It's been back here running in 8th place in that 3 Vans machine. I actually never been a big fan of solid black cars, but that one looks good. I like it.
Man.
Got the rookie stripes on the back, right? New first season running here, so he's giving it all he can over here in the Open, or excuse me, the All-Star. The All-Star race, not the Open.
But yeah, he said he's a winner. Oh, he must know we're talking about him. But he's giving us a show. Like, hey, he's a winner. He's earned his right to be here. So, he's doing an awesome job, saving the car for the end, Like everybody else, I assume he's seen everybody get loose and everything like that, but I haven't seen it. That was the first time I've seen him get loose the whole race. Maybe he's just saving his car. He's saving the rear end for when it's time to go and pick them off one at a time when they get loose and sideways.
Well, yeah, I mean, the only laps that matter right now are the last 15. Evan Janik still commanding, but that 27 of Christian Barnes has been slowly catching him. Just running about anywhere from a half a tenth to a tenth faster a lap. But we're coming up to about, 7 laps to go for our next stage. And the possibility is there of that 27 machine trying to maybe make that bump and run for a segment win here.
Yeah. It's that dominoes, man. It's a domino. When the dominoes fall, dominoes go to the front.
Yeah, hopefully those dominoes are falling forward tonight. And yeah, we see that gap is down to just about a half a second. And yeah, not really what we expected. We saw that first stint that 71 pretty much ran uncontested. But yeah, I mean, we'll see it here.
One thing.
Yeah, that last
Go
lap,
ahead,
he was 2/10 faster. This lap, they were pretty much dead even. So, yeah, as you mentioned, Johnny, the gap's closing, but is it closing enough before this segment?
And one thing I wanted to see is like, okay, he may get to, Evan. How much, since Evan already has that segment win, how much does he fight the 27? Does he just let him go since he already guaranteed a front row spot? Does he just let the 27 go ahead and get the win, and
I'm
that
going to
way?
stop you right there. We're racing for money for each segment. You think he's going to give it up? I don't think so.
That's fair. Money talks.
But he's slowly catching up to him as we're coming to 3 to go. Their lap times, look at this, a 20.203 to a 20.204. These guys are running identical lap times. But he's about 3 to 4 car lengths behind right now. But Evan's going to have some kind of slip up in order for Christian to catch him. But the corner that Evan takes, as you can see, Chase, when he goes up high and does that diamond and takes it low, where we've seen that everyone's been struggling tonight, but he's able to keep that thing straight and get the run off of the corner.
He's done a great job saving those rear tires as we're coming to, should be 1 lap left or come to the segment win.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
should be the white flag for segment number 2 right now. Janik's still holding on. Christian Barnes trying to make something happen. Maybe a little too too late, but going into 3 and 4, he gets a huge run on it through the middle of the corner. Not quite enough. And that should be the end of segment 2.
That was definitely a great attempt. I mean, it was just too far back to make any kind of move, but one thing to note from those two guys, they completely pulled away from the rest of the field. These guys were in a league of their own. Almost the other, like third place was on the other set of corners that they were fighting in. So a lot of speed out of Christian Barnes and as well as Evan Janik on the long run.
Yeah. You think Christian was sitting behind him since he knows Evan is fast? How much can he learn from Evan since he's already won a segment, now 2 segments? How much has he learned from him being behind him and staying with him that whole run?
Well, he's not going to be able to really run what Evan's running. He's going to have to learn how to run those other lines of what Evan's running, which is what he was doing and catching him. Because, like you said, catching is one thing, passing is going to be another. But, these short tracks are tough to pass on.
Yeah, I agreed with that.
But yeah, as looks like everyone is taking 4 tires. But Johnny, let's see if we can catch up with Evan here real quick before this restart. I'll carry it away, man.
Evan Janik, man, you've been putting on a clinic here so far. We got 2 segments out of the way. You won both of them. How you feeling, man? How's that car feeling?
It got really tight, to be honest with you, that run, even though it was a little shorter. Really don't know why. Looking at my tires, they were the same. So, really just wondering that. We don't have any long runs left. I think the next segment is 30, and then the last one's 15. So, really have to watch my tires and make sure I have stuff at the end.
Absolutely. Well, hey, we're cheering you on. You put on a clinic here, like I said, and I know these are pretty short cautions, so we'll let you get going. But yeah, good luck in sweeping the stages here and starting up front for that final run.
Appreciate it.
All right, we're going to be coming to our choose cone here. Almost certain we're going to see Evan take that top like we've seen before, but is Christian going to opt to stay behind him? Or try to attack on the inside. We know that 27 has speed. He probably knows it has speed. Maybe he can make that lunge on a restart here. So we'll see what they decide. I'm sure he's talking with the team here to try to figure out what he wants to do.
Yeah, it all
Here it
comes down
comes.
to this. I would imagine he's going to take the top again. If
He
it
is
ain't
gonna
broke,
take the
don't
top.
fix it. And
Yeah, Christian's going to take the bottom. But honestly, with these shorter runs or shorter segments that we're going to have at the end, I think it's probably going to help Jackson out. That 09 is definitely struggling on the long runs, but I'm going to tell you what, that short run, that 09 definitely has a lot of speed. But the 3 car has gotten an EOL penalty. So he's going to be dropping back from the 3rd position here. But look at it. We only got 2 cars on the bottom and everyone else up on the outside right now. Everyone opted to take the top.
The bottom line did not go at all.
Yeah,
Come to
that
the
was
green.
definitely hurt that 27. But Adam Holston in that number 8 Les show machine has taken advantage of that and is in 3rd place. But the 09 with that short run speed right now, he's trying to capitalize on passing Evan because he thinks, I'm pretty sure if he can pass Evan, it's going to be a lot harder for Evan to pass him back.
Yeah, one thing I
But
noticed
he
is
gets
that
a little loose there.
one thing I noticed with Evan on that start, he kind of did like the old dirt track start where like you ride the wall, then kind of like get that late apex straight line drive off on the start right there, and it actually worked out really good. It caught the whole inside line sleeping.
Yeah, so that restart was just
Oh, it was the 8
Oh,
gets
Holston.
loose, and he saves it.
what a save.
Yeah, it was completely sideways. Went a little off-road. Was able to keep it straight, but man, that's going to hurt him because he's going to lose a position and being attacked for another. I know Christian right now is probably looking back on that caution going, oh my goodness, what did I do wrong? Because he's already a solid 2.5 seconds behind Janik right now. And we've seen the speed from that 71. It's going to be hard to make that ground up.
Oh,
The 93 sends it into the 24, as you can see there on the back. Kind of caught there at the end. That 93 is making no friends tonight as he's working his way up to the front. A late entry there. As the 24 gets loose off of 4 there, he's able to keep it off the wall and keep it going straight. These
Great
guys
job.
these guys are battling these fresh tires right now. A lot looser than they were at the beginning of the race. Track temp is up a little bit from the start of the race. Track temp 124, so track's not too bad, but it is still a little hot.
Yeah, it looks like the 93 got his damage fixed. All the crinkles were out of it, so now I wonder if the speed comes back into the car as the
As he spins on the back straightaway. You talked that into existence, Chase. Let's just move on and not, you know.
I will
What a
say
save,
we've seen about like 7 or 8 of these tonight. These cars getting loose and either, barely hitting the wall or just being able to save it. Incredible showing from these drivers. Really up on the wheel, being able to keep it together in a moment like that.
Yeah, you probably should read the chat and see who does not want to be talked about right now, because I feel like every time we talked about somebody, they've gotten loose off of 2 or 4.
Well, keep in mind, most everyone right now is getting loose off of these corners. Just, nature of the beast right now. But tough track, tough setup. These guys are fighting it. But the only person right now that's just smooth and steady, right? That 71 machine, Evan Janik.
Oh no!
Oh!
Got one around. It looks like Brent went
24.
Rin. We saw him get loose there. I tried to catch it, and he gets into the outside wall just a little bit, backs it into the fence, trying to get it going straight. But that's going to bring out caution here with just a few laps left in this segment.
Yeah, Treasure's
Yeah,
turn 4.
About 19 laps left in the segment, but yeah, definitely doesn't look too bad as he's driving around here. But you see on the replay here, well, I guess once we get to it here, sorry, Johnny, but He's underneath the 78 down the back straightaway here, looking to make that pass, but looks. Oh yeah, it looks like he got a little bit loose off of 4, just wasn't able to hold on to it, but hard impact on the outside wall.
It's like there's a crease. Isn't there like a crease down there? Normally where like the banking transitions up a lot steeper, that it looks like they're hitting, or a bump or something that's unsettling these cars. Just I haven't seen like a next gen car spin out this easy in a long time.
Yeah, it kind
Yeah,
of reminds you of Myrtle Beach coming out of 4, that bump that'll get you loose, right? You know, like, seems like when these guys are really low like that, it kind of just unsettles the car.
Yeah, that was definitely kind of a lazy kind of spin too off of the corner. Car just kind of like stepped out fairly early, just wasn't able to hold on to it. But coming to the choose cone now, definitely we had a little swap up on the leaders from the last restart. But what's going to change here? 09's going to take the bottom. Couldn't make up his mind there coming to the line. And Christian Barnes is going to take that outside. So
I still think the top is where to be. Top is where to be. Especially maybe not like, up front, but definitely in the back you got to get the run once the leader goes on the bottom or on the top, but versus the bottom, of course.
yeah, these drivers got to keep in mind their tires are definitely going to be hot. So we'll see how this restart goes. Pace car dips off. Evans in control, running up against the wall. Goes late in the restart box. But
Yeah,
great start from the whole field here. And the 09 is going into attack mode.
Yeah, the 09 did a really good job with the start right there as they pulled in front of the 27, but he was able to get on his door on the closer to the start instead of wrapping the bottom. But he was able to stay with him on his door and it helped him with the whole bottom of the start.
Yeah, he's about a car length back, and then a car length back from them is Adam Holston, and a car length back from them, Christian Barnes. Top 5 all right there together as they go into turn 3. And a little bit further back, the 39 of Gavin underneath Brett Wren in the 24, as this is a battle for 6th places. They make a little bit of contact as they go into the corner, as the 78's going to spin right behind them. That's going to throw out a yellow with about 20 laps to go in this segment.
Yeah, the 78 looked like he got loose trying to stay off the 39. I know the 39 looked like he checked up with the 24. And whenever 39 got on the binders, the 78 got on the binders staying off the 39. So, I mean, to me, that's what's happening.
Yeah, you can definitely see here as they go in the 39. Kind of misses the bottom of the corner. Yeah, Caleb just probably thought he was going to go all the way up, try to bring it back to the bottom. Yeah, she spun around. Doesn't look like too much damage. These cars are a bit tough. Caught a little bit of contact with the rear end on the wall there. A little bit of front end, but should be able to gather it up and keep going. But he is currently 4 laps down, so. And this will not allow him to get that free pass as he was a part of the caution. So kind of a heartbreak situation there for the 78 team.
Yeah, unfortunate. And we saw it there, maybe a little loose even before that, the set of corners before. And yeah, that little bit of a checkup kind of maybe caught him off guard and got loose. A little bit of right front damage. Definitely going to need a bit of a miracle here to get those laps back and get back in the hunt for this race win. But see, right now, Caleb Hunt coming down pit road to get some of that damage fixed.
You know, a car that showed a lot of early speed on in this race and had that kind of battle there with Evan. Christian Barnes is really struggling on these restarts. You know, Chase, I don't know. What do you think that, you know, he could try to do different here? You know, try to get a bearing on these restarts.
I think he should choose the outside. I think just with him being on the outside would help him. I know he's been as he goes straight to the bottom. But I've noticed every time he started on the bottom, he's dropped back a few positions.
Whoa.
And like,
What is
Oh,
this?
Evan Jack having an issue. What's going on here? So 71.
Wow.
A choose rule start violation. It's going to put him to the rear, but he does have an ace up his sleeve right now. He does get to start up front. Going into this final segment, but that's probably not what he wants to be a part of right now, being at the tail end of this field.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to make it easy. I mean, I guess you just got to kind of hang on now if you're a 71, but that does allow one of these other fast cars that have been putting the pressure on him in the top 5 here to guarantee their spot in the top 3 here.
Yeah, so the 71. Well, let's just kick this thing off and we'll explain the penalty. But right now, Jackson in control of this race. Probably been wanting us to say that all races. He takes off from the inside line, gets a great start, and was able to clear Adam Holston going into 1. New leader 09.
Yeah, we see that number 8 of Adam Holston trying to do the crossover there. Not quite able to do it. Going to take that wide arc into the corner as the 09 is kind of defending. And yeah, this is the new battle for the lead. We see a little bit further back here. We got Isaac Wilson, Christian Barnes. This kind of 3-car battle here for 3rd place.
Yeah, Christian Barnes kind of stuck on the bottom of the 93 as they make contact, and what a save. Gets loose after the contact, and they're 3 wide going into 1. That's not going to work out. 20 makes contact with 24, and around they all go. That's going to throw out a yellow on lap 92.
Yeah, we saw it live right there, and I'll tell you what a save from the 24. We see it time and time again tonight, but these drivers are really on edge, and they're really getting after it, and there's some incredible driving being put on display right in front of our eyes. This guy, 24 here, of Brett Wren, gets hooked, saves that thing up to the wall, no contact, smooth sailing, he's ready to roll.
So I want to take a quick look, find it, oh goodness, let me find it, Johnny. We're gonna get a good picture of the penalty for the 71 machine. Okay, got it.
All right, let's see.
Okay. Oh, this one of the rules here, right? During the choose cone at Wilkesboro, before the line, you need to be in the top line. You see the striped lines. You need to be up against the wall, or down at the very bottom. And as you can see here, as he's crossing the line, he's in the middle. So, penalty for the 71. This is what put him in the back.
Yeah, and like you said, definitely good that he has that mulligan of being able to start up front because he won the first 2 segments. Unless, hey, I don't know, maybe that penalty avoids that, but we'll have to see as they get back to it here with just over, what about 10 or so laps to go until the end of this segment. See that Vans number 3 car, y'all were talking about it, that nice black number 3. Hopefully you can keep that thing off the wall, right? And
I see what you did there.
yeah. Up front we got Jackson Haltella and Isaac Wilson. Jackson taking the outside. Green flag will be out this time by a great launch on the outside. Once again, we've seen it all night long. Isaac's going to have to defend on the inside. He pushes up into the 8. No contact made. The 8 is able to clear. Adam Holston into P2.
Yeah, that 93's been having a bit of a struggle tonight, keeping that car on the bottom lane, but still put his car in a good position here. He's running third as we're coming to 11 laps to go in this segment, but look who's already attacking for 4th place back there. It's the 71 of Evan Janik battling the 39 Sundrop. Sorry, of Gavin Henson. Man, sorry, couldn't get my stuff together here. But right behind them, Christian Barnes is, after that spin, is trying to follow in suit of what Evan is currently doing. He's underneath, gets a little squirrely underneath, but able to keep it going.
Yeah, side by side, down the back stretch. Looks like Kristen's able to get ahead a little bit of Gavin Henson there, and he's able to clear off the 4.
Adam Holston, hard contact with the outside wall on the front straightaway. Looked like a little bit of a tire spin that we've seen. And Isaac Wilson is trying to capitalize on it, but I don't know if that right front on that 8 is going to be able to hold up. He hit it hard.
The 93 got a good run on the bottom. Yeah, to pass the 8 after hitting the wall. So now that 93's back up to the front, I wonder if he's able to use his tracker position at the next stage if he doesn't, get loose off a 4 or send the car like out or have problems like he has been all night. You got to give, Evan a run for his money or even catch the Jackson.
Yeah, he's definitely putting down some lap times right now. And, yeah, let's pull up our battle box here and see the gap in their previous lap times here. So right now it looks like Isaac is a little bit faster.
But who's going to catch Jackson first? Isaac or Evan?
Well, I think right now we're just trying to make it the final 5 laps, and I'm sure that's all Jackson's on his mind right now is winning this segment, getting that little extra cash in his pocket. Well, Isaac's trying to go for that first stage win, and like you mentioned, Evan, who just pulled off on the front straightaway, he got a little bit of loose off of turn 4 and he just decided to let everybody go. He's got his mulligan in his pocket, so he's not worried at all.
Yeah, with him getting loose like that, I mean, I wonder if, with them being in traffic, obviously out front you got to clean air, but if getting loose is part of the air that's with, the cars in front of them.
Yeah, well, I definitely have to come back and I see the floating lady. I've been waiting all night to see the floating lady. I seen it, but the Christian Barnes and the 27 just had a moment going into turn 1 right there when he was side by side with Adam Holston. Just got loose off of 4, did a great job holding it straight before getting into 1. But once the segment over, we'll definitely go back and take a look at that. But right now, Isaac Wilson is still gaining on Jackson, but only 2 laps remain. Is he going to have enough time to catch him to go for that segment win?
I think he does. I think he will. I mean, there's money on the line for the segment win, so he's probably going to give him the bumper once he gets there.
Well, he's coming out of 4 here. He has 2 more laps to get it done. But Jackson, you can start to see those rear tires are starting to fade on him as he's getting loose off the corner. We know that car only has that short run speed. He needs this segment win because our last segment is only 15 laps.
And one thing too, Isaac's got a Ford. His front end's not as pointy as the Chevrolet, so he'd be able to square him up if he needs to bump him.
Well, this is it. This is the last lap of the segment. Isaac may be just a little bit too far back to make a lunge, but let's see if he does it in 3 and 4. Yeah, he's just gonna. He was just too far back. As Jackson's gonna come off turn number 4 to win our stage number 3.
From last to first.
Segment. I like saying stage for some reason. Segment 3.
I've said stage 2. So. But from last to first. Good job. Yeah. You got it, Justin, or you want me to do it?
Go ahead.
Alright, let me find it.
Jackson, I know we got a quick second here in between segments. Congrats on the segment 3 win. How you feeling going into our final segment tonight?
Feeling good. Quick 15-ish lap shootout. I'm excited. car's really good on the short run. Hopefully we can bring it home tonight.
Yeah, we usually don't do these kind of in-race reporting, but hey, it's an all-star race. We'll let you get into your pit stall here. But we definitely seen a lot of short run speed out of that 09 today. A little bit of struggle on that long run speed. So, before we head into this, I mean, I got to ask, how hard are you going to be driving it?
Oh, I'm driving the wheels off this car. It's checkers or wreckers here.
That's what we like to hear, man. Well, man, I want to, wish you the best of luck going in this final segment. Give them hell, man.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
That was Jackson. Man, I meant to ask him what his last name was again. Hutala. That's what we're going to say. But keep in mind, right, he's been struggling with that 09. Started dead last tonight. Comes in to win segment number 3. Going into our final 15-lap segment. Chase, this is going to be pretty exciting because the battle right now between pretty much the 3 fastest drivers we've seen tonight are going to pretty much be lining 1, 2, 3 right now.
Yeah, for sure. And then you also still got the 27, who's been the only one able to keep up with the 71 on the long run, and he's going to be lining up 4th. So, does the 09, and if I assume right, 71's going to end up taking the top, 09 the bottom, 93 up top. So now, what can the 93 do if he's able to start up top with the 71?
Well, I'm just up here in the booth. These guys are the drivers, but in my eyes, right, they need to capitalize on this restart. They need to attack very early. That's probably going to be their only opportunity to pass that 71, who gets to use his mulligan for winning those first 2 stages and restart first for this final 15-lap segment.
Yeah, I agree with you. Get him unsettled and, get him out of his rhythm. Because like I said, he's been, racing around with the flies basically by himself all race long. So you never get him out of his rhythm, get him actually thinking about who's coming in as 09 takes the bottom, 93 takes the top, 27 bottom. So, who knows? That's why they're racing. We're broadcasting, as you would say, because we have no clue what.
Yeah, well, here we go. We are racking them up at least one more time for the remainder of this race. We have Evan Janik, Jackson Hodala, Isaac Wilson, Christian Barnes, all these cars. We've seen super fast all night long. We're going to see who will come out on top. Evan gets... they extended.
Yeah,
we did extend it 1 extra lap, kind of get the grid situated.
Yeah, one thing with the 09 that he's done differently than a lot of other people on the bottom, like, of course I say this, he's probably going to do the opposite, but he's been able to stay up with the 71 on the start by, getting close to his door instead of actually wrapping the bottom, kind of going up top with him to be able to get the run. So maybe with him being up front of the bottom lane, he can get a good, good start.
Well, coming off turn number 4, as mentioned, pay windows open. Evan Janik in control. He takes it. He fires off. And as you mentioned, Jackson gets a great restart. He's within half a car length of Evan. And how hard is he going to press these critical laps?
I mean...
Oh, he spins on the back straightaway, hard into the outside wall. He did say wreckers or checkers, and he was going for it. That's going to leave the door open for Isaac Wilson and Christian Barnes, who just did not hesitate when they saw that car go sideways, as they're sideways themselves. As Isaac and Christian are both wrecking down the back straightaway. That's probably going to bring out a yellow. It does. These guys are driving the wheels off these things, trying to catch Evan, but they're just taking themselves out in the process.
So one thing I've noticed, like I said, I know with the new update, I'm pretty sure that these tires take a little bit longer to heat up. So I wonder if that's, the cause of them. They're overdriving the corners and all that stuff. Is that part of the reason why they are getting loose, because the temperatures aren't up to heat yet?
A little bit of third gear probably helps with that.
That's a fair point too. As you can see on screen, 93, mowing the grass a little bit. That's been raining. So, but now, yeah.
So we haven't talked about this, Oh, we have talked about this, but Caleb Hunt, that 78 machine, is now back on the lead lap, who was 7 laps down at one point, and back on the lead lap.
Good for him.
Yeah, that is a wild stat. We had counted them out, and yeah, hey, now he's back on the lead lap with a chance, you know. So
Yeah, you know, he's probably saying what old Andy Janikowicz, I think Janowicz said, the ARCA driver says, he ain't seeing, what was it? He ain't listening unless he sees Jesus with a checkered flag. That's one of the best sayings I've ever heard. I think I quoted him right.
yeah, it was something like, it was pretty close. You know, we'll give you that one, but
That was missed the pit road there a little bit, or pit stall, but
Maybe he's got an extra set of tires putting
yeah,
on.
he better make it a quick pit stop. The pace car's already coming down turn 3. Yeah, there he goes. And
Yep.
yeah, Caleb Hunt's going to be on the lead lap here.
yeah, we're coming to our choose. We know Evan's going to take that outside, but what is Christian going to do? Yep, he's going to take the bottom, and they all stagger in line. So,
I still think the top is the way to go, even if you're second. Still take the top, and to get behind them and have a good run off, and then maybe, you know, throw it in a little bit deeper into one and get them out the way.
yeah.
But like you said earlier, catch them is one thing, pass them is the other. So we'll see what they can do here.
Well, we haven't talked too much about them tonight, but as we're coming to take the green, Brett went in at 24 and that 39, kept it clean all night. And they're right there, second row as the green flag waves. Brett Wynn get us a great start on that outside. Is already side by side with Christian as they go into one. They kind of wash up a little bit. Christian's, oh, he gets a little sideways. I talked about him bad. Oh, they both crash down the back straightaway. Big pile up. I'm going to go ahead and apologize for that one.
Yeah, commentator's curse. Alive and well tonight. We apologize. We're just trying to do our best up here. But yeah, we see it right there. Yeah, the 24 of
Brett just got a little loose.
Yeah, came down the track. 39 had nowhere to go. 78 gets involved too.
Oh, I thought the 78. I thought he was getting the way around to be on the back on the lead lap. He was one lap down, but he was so close to getting that and got caught up in that wreck.
I know with the commentator. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say with the commentator's curse going on, I bet Evan is probably hoping that we don't even talk about him for the rest of the race.
Well, you just did. It's a good thing you did it when we're under yellow. It's a lot easier to save the car then, right? But
yeah, I still can't get over the fact that how difficult this track has become with this car. Just like the looseness of the car itself, like it's hard to grasp that.
Well, it's just how aggressive, and how hard these guys are pushing it. I mean, the car can only take so much coming off the corner.
No, that's the reason why they're in the car, and we're not.
it's very true. These next-gen cars, yeah, I mean, at least now, I think they are getting updated with a new... Is it a new tire model or something? I don't know. Something's in the pipeline here, but yeah, they're definitely, yeah, it's more tire savings and, than you would expect with what you see on Sundays, but definitely a handful. It's a unique car, and it's hard to handle.
Well, kind of looking through the field while we're coming to our lap to take the choose, but Jackson, I know we've talked about him a lot tonight, but he's made his way back up to fourth. I mean, we only have, we got 10 cars right now on the lead lap, so good to see him make his way back up after kind of that last restart mayhem. Michael Wade in that 3, Van's car still holding strong, running in 6th. And then our 2 individuals that got caught up in that incident there, they're down on the front straightaway now, 24 and 39. Letting everyone by and going EOL. So we're stacking it up. Pretty much the lineup is the same on our front row, but our second row is some new contenders. We'll see if any of them have anything for Christian or Evan as they dive off into 3 here. But Evan's been so strong on these restarts, Johnny.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to beat. We see him from the top again. We'll see how good of a start he gets, and it's a great one. Multiple car lengths before they even reach the start-finish line. Second place.
Oh no, he's
Barnes
around.
sideways. Oh, he locked it
It's
down.
also-
Good save by him. Did not involve any other cars and collect any more damage, but
Wow.
And now, who does this benefit? Number 78, Caleb Hill.
5 laps to go, and things are just getting chaotic. I mean, you definitely know how aggressive these guys are driving. I mean, just even on these restarts. So, tough break for the 27. Fortunately for him, he doesn't have to go too far back. There's only 10 cars on the lead lap here, but still going to be tough for him.
Yeah. Like I said, kudos for everybody else too to be able to miss it. I mean, he spun in front of the whole entire field, and everybody's able to get around and not be able to pile in. Like everybody did a great job avoiding it.
Yeah, the 93 especially. I mean, he walked all the way up to the wall to miss that wreck and does. So, great kind of car control from everyone around there. So it looks like... Yeah,
maybe we spoke this into existence too, but the 78 is finally back on the lead lap. Jason just spoke of it, but yeah, hey, battle of attrition, right? He's been out there. It looks like he's got most of that damage on the right front fixed, and yeah, we'll see if he's a contender here at the end of this race.
Yeah, and race control made a call and put the 93 in front of the 09, I believe. There was a lot of chatter on the radio about that, but they're going to line up as they're lined up here now. But Michael Wade has made his way up to 4th place. I mean, it's just kind of one of those things, right? Everyone's just going to slowly pick themselves off, and opens the door for you to make to kind of give it a shot to see if you got anything for Evan Janik right now. So Chase, if you're one of these drivers back here, let's say 3rd row, what is your mindset going into this final 5 laps?
I would say take the top, get the good run, and pick them off once they get on the bottom and get loose. And just try to make up a minute. Like, I don't think you can win it from 3rd row back, but I do think you can end up passing a few positions, get a caution, pass a few positions, get a caution. It's hard. That, or just, as one of our friends likes to say, lick the stamp and send it. I mean, that's about the only thing you can do. So 2 options.
Well, we spoke to him right before this, but that 09 is crashed, went to the back, already made his way back up to the front row again. He said, wreckers or checkers. Well, let's see, because we've already seen how hard he was driving it. They're coming off of turn 4. Pace cars dipping off. Evan Janik in control. When's he going to fire? He fires early, but I'm going to tell you what, Jackson was right there with him. He's on the inside. Is he going to throw a dive? No, he lifts, lets Evan through. But Evan actually slips up the corner quite a bit. He has a run, but there's a crash in the back. The 93's around.
The 3 got tight and washed up into the 93, and the 93's half spun in front of the field.
That's going to bring out a yellow.
Great save, though. There was some contact, but we'll go back and take another look at it.
Oh, yeah. The 03 just washes up quite a bit there. 24-8, nowhere to go.
Oh, but I will give a shout out to the 93, though. He's had some heck of a saves all night. That's for sure. And I will say this, though, back to the restart. The 09 has, from what I've noticed, is like he's like the only one that's able to stay with the 71 on the restart.
Yeah, I mean, he's had some spectacular restarts. I mean, he almost had the opportunity to look to the inside of Janet going into one. Just on that last restart alone.
Looking at the chat here, I'm not sure if we already touched on this one, but got Alex Pollock in there. It said, the curse got him. Keep his name out your mouth.
So we're for the rest of the race, we can't say car numbers or names.
All right, pace car. Let's check in on the pace car. Oh wait, the pace car is out of the race.
Well, we're coming to our choose. Pretty much probably going to see the same lineup that we've seen these previous restarts, right? Evan's been so dominating on that outside line. But will he change it up for what he's seen out of that 09 machine?
Oh, 09. Restart violation. We saw it right there.
Oh, no. Oh, no. We talk about it, and, you know, that is heartbreak for the 09 who already worked his way back up to the front to get hit with a choose cone violation.
What? Don't look now.
You see it right
Look
here,
who's
right in
lined
the
up on
middle.
the 71.
And the 78, who was multiple laps down in this race, is now starting right behind Evan in third place.
Pretty sure we counted, what, 6 laps down? 7 laps down? Something like that?
Yeah, I remember for sure 5, but I think it was 7.
I don't know. I can't count. So now, like I said, we got a new player. Like I said, he's been kind of out and about all day long, but now we got a new player up front that we haven't seen before. Like, so what's, you know, what can he do differently that everybody else is? And so with the 39, we haven't seen him up front with the 71. So, you know, we got 2 new players with, you know, 9 to go.
Well, we're about to find out. Pace car dips off. Evan again in control. 78 right there. He's actually pushing him down the straightaway, but doesn't get the jump. Tire spins on the outside row. They all fall back, but the 39 throws in, gives the 71 a shot. But there's a spin off of turn 2, and it's the 78 machine.
I think you might.
We're under yellow again. I mean,
may have had some help on that one.
yeah, but I would tell you what, the 39 threw it in there and tried to give that 71 a shot for the pass.
And of course, we give the 78 a shout out, and guess who gets turned? All right, he got loose.
Oh, I think he got loose.
That
on
might
the
have been. It's either he got loose or there was a little bit of neck code there. Hard to tell, but
I was blaming on the commentator's curse, giving him a good.
Yeah, it looked like he stomped on the throttle and it snapped around on him.
yeah, we'll go back one more time. We'll go on board with the 78 and see if we can hear exactly what happened. Oh, he gets really high and yeah, I think stopping it when he's in the marbles up there probably paid a lot to do with that, but
Well, the 27 who self-spun, let's say 2 cautions ago, I think, has made his way back up to third. But that 39, we're going to have to keep an eye on him because you know he's going for it. And you can tell off that last restart, he definitely put it in turn 1 a little harder than he probably needed to. So we'll definitely need to keep out on that 39 on this restart here. But also Christian, who's shown a lot of early speed, is now relining back up in third. So we're definitely, there's a lot of shakeups. Like every yellow, I don't know if you noticed this, Chase, but like basically second on back just completely shuffles.
I know. And the way the 39 has been diving in on that last restart, you don't want to shake him up too much because, you know, he might actually explode into the 71.
Well, let's not hope that happens, but
that's a sun drop.
Anything can happen when there's $50 on the line.
We get it, Chase. We get it.
Okay. All right.
Oh no. But Yeah, so here we go. We're coming to 8 laps to go here. You said it, that 39 on the inside. We'll see how aggressive he is. Evan Janik in control on the top.
Yeah, the 39 gets a really good launch there on the bottom, but not quite as good as we've seen like the 09 and others do on these restarts. But man, the 93 washes up. They're 3 wide and 2. They settle it back down. Michael Wade made up 2 spots on that on the kind of restart there in turn 1 and 2, but the 09 of Jackson takes them 3 wide. 09 up to 4th place.
Right back in the action after that penalty. Right now battling for 4th with that 93 of Isaac Wilson. Jackson, really good rebound here. And yeah, hey, maybe you can get lucky, have one more caution. They'll be right back in the run.
Yeah, but the battle right now on for 2nd, and he ends up clearing him. The 27, but the 93's around up into the outside wall. Is he going to save it? No, he does not. Caution flag, 6 laps to go.
Yeah, he lost it on entry. It looked like he got up in the marbles on the in the entry and just kind of got a little sideways getting the entry. But you know, as we look at the replay now, you know.
Yeah, you can see he's already kind of swerving on the straightaway, and then yeah, get up really high on the marbles and can't quite see it, but pretty much drifted all of turn 1 and 24, nowhere to go.
Yeah, just full Tokyo drift all the way through the corner. Tags the outside wall, and then trying to correct it, comes down the track. 24 had nowhere to go, 78 nowhere to go. Unfortunate.
Well, 6 laps to go right now, still on the board. Can't tell you how many laps we've actually ran, as caution laps don't count, but the race is definitely exciting right now because everyone here is driving as hard as they can to catch that 71 machine, especially on these restarts. But this 2-3 wide that we're seeing here is just it's wild. It's wild. Knew it was coming, you know, as we're coming down final segment, final laps. Definitely a complete 180 change around from the beginning of this race, Johnny.
Yeah, it is. We had a lot of great green flag racing. Definitely getting down to it though, and they're scrapping it out, trying to get that win and that I believe it's $50 prize. And yeah, I'll tell you who this caution helps out the most is one of the fastest cars we've seen all night. The winner of the Open, Jackson Hodala. I'm sorry, but yeah, now starting up in the top 5, looks like he's going to take the bottom, and he'll be 2nd row. See if he's able to capitalize on that, put that fast car back up front, maybe put a little heat on Janik and potentially win this race.
Yeah, it's definitely. Oh no, the 27 just got a penalty for a choose violation as well. And he was running in the 3rd, so that's going to line the 09. Just giving him a free gift to line up right beside Evan Janik. I mean, this man needs to get a lottery ticket after this race. But we've seen tonight, Johnny, that the 09, probably the strongest car on a restart that's able to keep up with Evan. So, I mean, what do you think we're going to see here on this restart?
Yeah, I mean, it's all going to come down to the jump the 09 gets. It's so hard to time, especially when the car's on the outside. We're going to see it right here. Evan Janik with control. Great jump on the outside. Looks like the 09 might be able to clear out the 39's in the wall. Able to keep it going. They're 3 wide for 3rd place.
As the 3 on the back straightaway in the grass. 78's hard in the outside wall over there in turn 3. 39's also in the wall. Man, we got cars everywhere right now.
And the 09 made up a heck of a bunch of ground getting into 3 and 4. He had probably the best 3 and 4 corner of his life that last time by.
Oh, but now
On
he's
big
sideways
leads.
as he saves it down the backstretch. Able to hang on to second place with it, but
Yeah, there was nothing he can do once that thing stepped out on him, as we've seen all night from that 09. We got a crash on the front straightaway. 24's around in turn 1. Is he going to save it? He does. Man, heck of a save for some of these drivers tonight. But they're the action back up front right now. But the 3 car who was on the kind of backstretch infield there early on is about to get lapped by our leaders here. It's the 8 car at a moment there out of turn 4. But we're on 2 laps to go as Evans in 3 and 4 to come to take the white. Really no contest behind him right now. The 09 is driving extremely deep into the corners, was not able to keep up. White flag up in the air for Evan Janik one more time around, but he's got that lap car right there in front of him.
that's right. Evan Janik, dominating performance all night. He has 2 more corners to cement himself as the Mystic Racing All-Star. Coming out of turn 4, Evan Janik wins the All-Star race.
Look at that dominating performance from that 7-1 machine. Won, well, 3 of the 4 segments tonight, but it's going to bring home the top prize tonight of that $50 and a couple of extra bucks for winning some of them stages.
Absolutely. It was not without attrition, as he had that penalty early on, able to work his way back through the field. Timing everything out just right. Actually, well, yeah, getting that good starting position from winning the stages. But yeah, we see it here. Evan Janik burning it down on the front stretch, as he so well deserves.
Yeah, we definitely had some after, or well, kind of last lap beef a little bit, but drivers are settling out in the infield after the race. But I'm gonna tell you what, that was a heck of a finish there. A lot of excitement there, a lot of beating and banging as we anticipated, but they kept it clean to run those last 5 laps under green.
Yeah, all in all, it's been a great race. Like from top to bottom, I mean, granted, there was people getting loose, but a lot of great saves. Nobody like roughing everybody up, on purpose. Everybody respect by the looks of it. It's like from top to bottom, it's been a great race.
All right. Well, with that said, we are going to step away for just a moment. We'll be right back with our top 3 interviews and our race recap here.
Hey partner, I'm Barry, your pocket crew chief, the very first AI-powered mechanic for sim racing. Got a car that's a little loose or tight? Just tell me how it's handling, and I'll whip up instant setup recommendations just for you. Want me to get even more precise? Snap a picture of your setup, and I'll fine-tune it to perfection. And hey, I'm not just about giving orders. I'll explain why every adjustment matters, so you can really understand your ride. I'll even teach you the science behind the setup. Ever wonder why the track bar is so important? I've got the answer. With Pocket Crew Chief, I'll make you smarter, faster, and race ready. So what are we waiting for? Let's build to win.
All right. So, yeah, after that incredible race here, we are going to move into our interviews. Looks like first on the board is going to be Adam Holston, finishing P3. Adam, we'll tell you what, that was one interesting show for sure. Man, the up and downs of that race, we haven't seen anything like it. And yeah, take us through your perspective. We've seen you. Hey, you were right on that roller coaster, from the back to the front to the back to the front. And yeah, how did your race go coming home P3?
Well, it was a tough race. tough track for the car to drive on. Just really loose exiting the turn and snappy loose. Like, I'd struggle with that most of the time, and I found myself in the wall down the front stretch one time, and it was a big setback. But kind of luckily for me, it turned into a caution fest, and I was able to repair it back up and find myself back in the third. Just probably a little short on time to do anything with it, probably.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, nothing was off the table there, and we saw a lot of contact. We saw, hey, some attempted bump and runs and all that. Man, if it really came down to it, and you had a shot at Evan coming on that or coming to the white flag there, what would you have done?
Well, he is a teammate of mine, so sending the bumper to him is a hard decision to make. But honestly, he's won his share of races. I'll put the bumper to him.
Well, I'll tell you what, we didn't we didn't have to see that, but we still saw some incredible racing throughout the field. A lot of saves and yeah, a lot of really good etiquette, slowing down for crashes and in front of you, and I mean that's for everybody. And yeah, it was honestly a pleasure to call, and congratulations on your third place finish. Before we let you go, the floor is yours to thank any sponsors, teammates, friends, family. Have at it.
Yeah, I'll thank my team at 5 Star Racing, and I'll thank V Speed for putting on this show, or I'm sorry, Slingshot for putting on the show.
Kansas.
And I'll thank Black Diamond Designs for the cool paint scheme you got me running out here, and I'll thank Mystic Racing League for putting on the races.
Absolutely. Hey, we really appreciate it, and yeah, good luck in the rest of your seasons. I'm not sure what you're running with Mystic, but yeah, good luck with that, and yeah, hopefully get back up here in the interview room and get to talk to some of the other guys here that put on these races, and yeah, go celebrate with the team.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
All right, that was third place finisher Adam Holston. Up next, we have our open winner, able to drive through the field multiple times tonight after that penalty, and yeah, Jackson Haudela, and yeah, I believe Justin, you have caught up with him.
I did. Jackson, you got a copy?
I got you.
Well, it wasn't quite records or checkers tonight, but you put on a hell of a show regardless. How many times you went to the back to the front, to the back, got lucky with the penalty, also got a penalty yourself, man. Come on, tell me about this final segment for you.
I don't even know what to say. It was caution after caution. Didn't love that. When I got sent to the rear for, what was it, choose penalty, I lost focus. I was thinking about how I was going to get him on the restart, because I knew I could get him. If I could stay with him, I might be able to get him. But as soon as he got that clean air, it was donezo. But happy to finish second. Happy to get a segment or something like that. That was cool. I don't know. I feel like a bald eagle right now. I'm just happy to be here.
well, regardless, I will say we spoke a lot about you because you were just extremely fast tonight. But just say all that chaos didn't happen even at the beginning after you made back up to the front. I know you had to go back a lot of times. You think you had anything for Evan tonight?
After learning what I know now, we had a little chat after the race. Maybe he just had really good corner exit. I was more on the entry, and we were running similar laps there, but I don't know. On those long runs, I had nothing for him. On that last run, could have had something, and just got loose out of 2, and that was it.
Well, man, again, congratulations on that second place finish. But before we let you go, is there anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody at Fast Living Motorsports. Andrew Allen, the driver of the 96, wish he was here tonight. He definitely deserves it more than I do. The 21, Isaac Brock, and the 29 of Josh Thornton, who wasn't here tonight, and we'll have a chat with him about that later. But
Sound like somebody's in trouble. Well, I'm going to stay out of it. Again, congratulations, man. Go celebrate with the team. And we'll talk to you again later.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
Well, that was your second place finisher, Johnny. We need to go find our winner for tonight. And I believe, Chase, you got caught up with him?
I found him out there on the track in Victor Lane, all that. Evan, you got a copy?
Yeah, gotcha.
Man, great run today, man. It looks like you was out there on a Sunday stroll with that Chevrolet, just cruising around, having a good time. How was your thoughts on how the race went?
The track was completely different than it was in practice. It was really loose. Everybody was having trouble on exit, if you couldn't tell from the race. I mean, as soon as you got off the corner, the car just wanted to spin out. So you really had to be disciplined, and those who were able to be disciplined prevailed.
Well, yeah, like I said, you did a really good job not spinning Alex and everybody else, but pretty much everybody else. But you had problems, getting loose off the exit from visually and everything like that. Were you concerned that anybody was going to give you like a run for your money at all?
Yeah, Christian Barnes on the, I think, second segment ran me down pretty good, and I was still kind of just running my own line, but was really impressed with how quick he caught me. So I was a little worried about him. And then the 09, I mean, he had really a 50-lap practice session in the open. So with the track time there, I mean, that was probably really beneficial. So those two really had me on my toes all night.
Well, congratulations on your win. And of course the money, because we all love money. Anybody you'd like to thank, and the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you to Super Oil Pros for their support here in real life. I'm actually going to use the winnings today. They will cover my registration costs for this Saturday racing at my local short track. So Super Oil Pros will be on board as well. So will 811 UDIG NY, and then Janik Paving and Landscape. So thank you to all of them for their support.
Well, good luck Saturday and congratulations on your victory night. That was your tonight's feat all-star winner, Evan Janik.
That's right. He is an all-star. And hey, we're going to have to try to keep up with him, see how his IRL racing is going. But yeah, tonight it was all that 71 from pretty much from flag to flag. Outside of that penalty, he led this all-star race, and an incredible show from him and really everybody in this field.
Yeah, it was a bit chaotic there at the end, but hey, when there's $50 on the line, what would you expect anything different, right? At a short track like North Wilkesboro, a very tight, short field. Yeah, you got to expect it, right? But Evan put on that show, kept his car clean, which was the most important thing, right? Not a scratch on that car. Kept it clean, kept it in that clean air out front, and just watched all the action in his mirror.
Yes, he did. Yeah. Yes, we'll go through our results one more time here. We just talked to the top three: Evan Janik, Jackson, Haldel,
Okay.
Adam Holston. I'm sorry,
Tala.
Haltella. All right, man.
I
Maybe
just-
next time we're gonna have to rehearse if we if we broadcast this league again. Hey, we'll try, but definitely yeah, those three incredible run. They, like I said, back to the front, back to the front. Incredible that they were able to still get up there and come home on the podium. We had Christian Barnes. We saw him involved in one of those late wrecks and able to come back up, get a top 5 out of it. Isaac Wilson in the 93, another strong contender all night. Had the pole, I believe, and yeah, coming home top 5, not bad. And Yeah, we got Brett Wren in the 24 coming home 6th. Gavin Henson in the 39 7th. Michael Wade in the Vans number 3 coming home 8th. Caleb Hunt in the 78 after getting all of those laps back coming home 9th. And then Jacob Cochran rounding out the field in the 84 after pulling off very early. Still not entirely sure what happened there, but we'll have to keep an eye on the chats and see what happened. Well, tell you what, I think that that's going to about wrap things up, unless you guys have anything else you want to add before we roll out.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say, thank you for, Mystic Racing for allowing Slingshot, to broadcast the races. And, unfortunately, it's not Chris and Ellis, doing this, but, I want to say thank you guys for letting me join you guys for tonight, joining the booth. Sorry my voice isn't the best, but, I appreciate it, and hopefully get to do it again soon sometime.
Yeah, well, hey, it's no problem. You did just fine tonight, Chase. And yeah, I think that's going to wrap things up. So for Justin Wilson and Chase Berry in the Slingshot Racing Media booth, this is Johnny Rapp. Thank you guys for coming out and joining us tonight. Everybody in the chat, everybody watching, all the competitors, an incredible show from start to finish. And yeah, keep an eye out on Slingshot Racing Media and for all the other Mystic Racing League races. And we'll see you next time.
Soldier of fortune, gotta walk through a fire for what's important. The warrior's blood through your veins is coursing. Kill for hire, soldier of fortune. The whole world's watching every move. Take your shot, don't act a fool. All you got and all you ever need is one bullet in the chamber. Really to take your game, but ain't nobody gonna save you. So what you gonna do? Ain't nobody gonna save you. So what you gonna do? Do or die, you're a mercenary. One of a kind that you're burning to carry.